Hey folks, and welcome to Sportsaholics Unanimous for the weekend of March 16th, 2019. On this week's episode, we cover the new MLB deal, some of college basketball's highlights, and the free agency frenzy that occurred earlier this week in the NFL. Before we hit all that, I want to briefly apologize about the real delay of the late upload last week. We're still getting used to this, we're still getting going. It's only the three of us, and we all have day jobs, so sometimes we get swamped. But just think of it as an extra episode this week. We're going to plan ahead and try and avoid that happening in the future. But with all of that behind us, let's hit the headlines. So the first thing I want to touch on is obviously the big dance. The NCAA basketball tournament is coming up, and tickets are being punched. So the first few punch tickets have been the last couple weeks, and bear with me here. I'm going to go through them, and a lot of them are from obscure conferences all over the country, and you may not have even ever heard of some of these teams, but we're just going to go through them, give them their just due. They're going to be in the big dance, so figured we hit them all. The first one that occurred last Saturday night from the Ohio Valley Conference tourney was Murray State over top-seeded Belmont. Any take on this?
I mean, they got what's his name over there?
John Morant.
Yeah.
John Morant, lottery pick.
He's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, this is a team that I could definitely see surprising. Maybe a first-round upset, but I don't know if they're going too deep.
I mean, they're no, what's it called?
They're not a powerhouse.
No. They've been in this tournament
Chicago
before.
Loyola?
No, they've been in this tournament before.
Oh, yeah.
Tournament before. This is their 17th appearance in the tournament, whereas some of these other teams are a little newer to this.
Yeah. Got in on
they're definitely a more experienced college in general to the tournament. They could definitely pull off an upset.
And they've been waiting since last Saturday.
Is Loyola in it again or no?
I know. I don't believe so. Well, not
currently.
Not yet. Not as a championship.
I hope so.
From the Missouri Valley tournament, Bradley scored just 15 points before halftime and then pulled up the biggest upset comeback victory in MVC title game history, 18 points to beat Northern Iowa.
Yep. They were the number 5 team in the conference. And then speaking of Loyola, they're the number 1 in this conference. And they lost in the semis. So I don't know how well there's a chance of us seeing them.
Yeah, the Nun didn't pull through this time.
Yeah, the conference tournament here didn't help them too much with their chances.
I like that team.
Yeah, I mean, Bradley's coming in, and they're the championship of that conference, and they're saying a 15 or 16 seed.
Oh, yeah, easily.
So, we'll see.
Damn.
Next up, from the Big South, was Gardner-Webb defeating second-seeded Radford. Make their first NCAA tournament program appearance.
First appearance.
I've never heard of either of these schools.
Well, Gardner-Webb, they're one of
there are going to be teams you've never heard of.
5 schools that have never made the tournament. Now down to 4 schools, and they also beat the number 1 team in the semifinals, Campbell. And if you remember Campbell from a previous podcast where I brought up their player Chris Clemens, this is the Fighting Camels. Yeah, Chris Clemens is like number 6 or 4 in all-time NCAA Division I points scored. So
he's a beast.
Hey, this team though, I don't know if we're going to see anything from them in the tournament itself. But
they're just going to be a fun city. I mean, a fun team to watch.
Just great for them to make it.
Yeah.
Honestly, great for them to make it.
Next on the docket was the Atlantic Sun Conference, where Liberty Flames make it to their 4th big dance in school history.
Why does that sound so familiar?
Not the women's football team. Football.
I feel like I've heard of them in the tournament before. At least, maybe not recently, but...
They've been a couple times before.
Yeah, four appearances.
Okay.
Yeah, they were in 94... 04 and 13.
Okay, but 13 was probably when I heard of them.
They beat top-seeded Lipscomb, who might still wear their head in. We'll see. Probably not, but
probably not.
Worth keeping an eye on. Next one, a team I'm very excited about from the SoCon Conference, Southern Conference. The Wofford Terriers, coming off a 20-game win streak, defeated UNC Greenboro in the title game.
They're one of the few number one seeds in their conference that have won
Yeah,
the
only
tournament
two.
so far.
Only two, I believe.
Yeah.
Only two number one seeds have won their
And out of all the
respective
teams so far, they're also though the only team that has been ranked in the most recent college poll. They were ranked like number 20.
Yeah, and
so
let's remember that
this isn't like
the top conferences have yet to finish their tournaments.
Well, of course. But like out of all the teams we're naming right now, as much as the name of this team's like, who the fuck are you? They are a good team.
Yeah.
No, yeah, they're definitely one to keep an eye on moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely. I personally, I have hopes for this team. This could be the Loyola Chicago of this
will
year.
be interesting, yeah.
I'll definitely keep an eye on them. The MAAC tournament is Iona for their fourth straight season. They have taken this conference, and they've made it 6 out of the last 9 seasons. So this is a team that, this is not like... This is a team that usually makes the conference, but doesn't really make a lot of noise when they make it. So, it's good to be an Iona fan. It's good.
Pretty good at baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's put it this way. Number 1 in their conference, but they end with a 17-15 record.
Yeah, that's not saying much.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Shit. 17-15. That fucking sucks. Sorry, Iona.
Moving on. In the Summit League, North Dakota State upsets number 2 in their conference, Omaha, to make its second straight NCAA tournament. 5 seasons.
I saw something else recently.
Sorry, not its second straight. Its second NCAA tournament in 5 seasons.
I saw something else recently about North Dakota State. It might have been basketball.
Well, North Dakota State is, I believe, where Carson Wentz went to college.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they're on the up and up.
They got a little bit of an easier route through that tournament, though, because number 1 South Dakota State got knocked out by the number 8 team in the quarterfinals.
Jesus Christ.
So they got to take it a little easier on the way through.
Yeah. Yep.
They can coast a little bit.
And South Dakota State actually is where the other player in the top 10 of the NCAA scoring, Mike Dahm, is. Mm-hmm. So now both those guys are out.
Oh, shit.
Sucks for both of them. They're not going to continue their...
Now, this is where you talk about strength of schedule.
Yep.
Next one, and this one's a little more of a familiar name. The Colonial League... Sorry, the Colonial, I believe, Association...
Northeastern Athletic Association.
Association.
Yes.
Northeastern defeated number 1 ranked Hofstra.
Oh, wow.
In the final.
Number 1 ranked Hofstra.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd hear
Hofstra's not a bad team.
No, they're number 1 ranked.
Yes.
It's just Northeastern's the more to say
notable
known.
name. Yeah, exactly. Which is what tells you, when we get to the at large, maybe, again, maybe. I doubt it. I would love to see Hofstra. I know a lot of people who went there or are going there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Northeastern goes back after, I think, 2015 was their last ticket to the dance. Yeah.
Wow. It's been a little while.
So then we move to the NEC, where we know a lot of teams personally who are in that division.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Farallay-Dixon, number 2 ranked in their division, defeated number 1 ranked St. Francis, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
On St. Francis's floor. Because it's one of the few ones that actually has their games on their floor. Not a third neutral court.
St. Francis University, not to be mistaken with our own St. Francis College, who got shit on.
Yeah, they pretty much won this game wire to wire, which was crazy. So Farallay returns for its 6th appearance of all time.
Yeah, fuck this whole conference. They all suck.
We'll move on to the next one. In the Horizon League, Northern Kentucky upset number 1 overall Wright State. Again, we're dealing with conference rankings here. This is only the 2nd appearance in the last 3 seasons, who are not even a decade into their Division I existence. So,
did I hear you correctly? Wright State?
Wright State.
As in David
Wright.
I know.
As in David
I know, but where are they?
I don't know. They're in Wright.
Who the fuck knows?
Well, they ain't wrong.
All right.
They're in the Horizon area.
Yeah. So Northern Kentucky, one to keep an eye on. We'll
Second
see.
appearance, like you said, though, it's only been in 10
Second
years?
in 3 seasons.
But in 10 years, they've only been.
Yeah, they've only been in D1 for 10 years.
So yeah, good
Not
for
even.
them.
I think like 9 years at this point. John Brannon leading that team to, unparalleled success. And then my favorite in the West Coast Conference.
Yeah.
St. Mary's, the Gales, taking out national number one, Gonzaga.
That's huge.
West Coast Conference Final. I watched that whole game. I loved that game.
Was it 60-47?
Yep.
That's nuts.
Gonzaga was averaging
Gonzaga was
90
averaging
points.
90 points a game, and they held them to almost half of that.
That's ridiculous.
They kept the tempo slow, and they kept the defense strong, and they played them so well.
Gonzaga put up literally exactly 100 points in the semifinals. They held them to 47. Gonzaga though only
they
shot.
destroyed Pepperdine.
Gonzaga
that was an
Gonzaga
embarrassing
shot 2
game.
for 17 from 3, 11.8%.
No, yeah, like I said, I watched that game, and if Gonzaga plays like that, they won't last long.
No.
If St. Mary's plays like that, they'll go deep.
That defense, that's important.
They looked really good. They look really. The one thing I will love,
Gonzaga
I do
just
love,
also looked really bad.
and will admit exactly, is that the coach every time they interviewed him was like, we did some great things out there. First of all, he had the worst Boston slur you could ever imagine.
Which
He's
coach?
The St. Mary's coach. He's like, we did some good things out there, but it was also them. They didn't look like the team that they looked like all year. But you know what? My name's Randy Bennett, and I'm going to the dance. That was his name's Randy. You couldn't have asked for a better name for a guy who talks like that. But it also kind of puts the Zags at risk of losing a number one.
It's going to be interesting.
I mean, St. Mary's is a team that, to say they were on the bubble is sort of a stretch even.
That's a stretch.
Exactly. And you lost in a substantial fashion to them. So, who knows?
St. Mary, not even on the bubble. This win stole a
spot from Indiana
for
or
a bubble
Ohio
team.
State. Yeah.
This stole a spot for a bubble team.
Definitely. And he said it at the end of the game, too. He was like, I know this is bad for some other teams, but we're going to the dance.
Hey, fuck the other teams.
Yeah, right?
And then last night, for the first time since 1996, the Colgate Raiders are going to the big dance. They knocked off number 2 Bucknell in the Patriot Conference.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is nice.
So
revenge.
this is sort of a crossover. I went to RIT, go Tigers, and we, hockey-wise, are in the athletic conference, and we played Colgate multiple times in the season. So on behalf of all my Tigers out there, fuck Colgate. But go ahead, you guys can finish up what you were going to say. I had to throw that in there.
Some nice revenge. I think it was last year that they played them as well.
Bucknell?
Yeah,
and
Bucknell put up
Bucknell.
the biggest point differential in a final game.
I didn't know
that.
It
was like a 20-something win.
I know Bucknell made it to the game.
It was like a 27-point win or something like that in the final game against Colgate. So Colgate, they showed up in this one.
So there you go. Those are all the tickets that have been punched to this point. We currently have some of the current games on. We got Georgetown versus Seton Hall, Illinois versus Iowa, and the featured matchup, arguably, Duke versus Syracuse, although that game's not really going too well. So,
for Syracuse,
depends what side you're on here.
So by the time you're listening to this, there will probably be some more tickets punched, and we'll be doing a whole recap and talking about Selection Sunday next week, so tune into that. So next up on the docket, MLB currently just released a new deal with the Players Association, and Dylan, Nick, you guys have the details on that, so I'll throw it to you.
Definitely. All right.
Where do you want to start? That single trade deadline.
Yeah, so you got single trade deadline here. What's that?
So in the MLB, the trade deadline usually ends, July 31st?
July 31st is the main trade deadline.
So teams can't, quote-unquote, trade after that day, but then after that, there's teams that put guys on waivers, guys get picked up, and they're called trade waivers, blah, blah, blah. That will be nipped in the bud, I'm assuming?
Yes, they're making it now just all July 31st.
Wow. I'm not a fan of that.
I like it and I don't like it.
I think it's gonna make teams. I think it's gonna make things more interesting.
It's gonna make the trade deadline
why I like it.
It's gonna make teams a lot more aggressive with what they're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you can't just be back on your heels during the deadline and be like, "Oh, let's pick up this guy in fucking
now
September."
It's a legit trade deadline.
Like you have to make a move by then, otherwise you ain't getting the guy you want in August or September.
I think
we won't
from
have
a
any
fan's
more Justin Verlander stories.
No.
Yeah, I think from a fan standpoint, it's going to be a lot more fun in the sense it's going to be more a lot of like bigger things happening.
It's going to be more like the NBA trade deadline.
Yeah,
Kinda, yeah.
It's going to be like NBA, NHL,
which is
stuff
good.
like that.
I think.
Yeah,
I think
NHL. Sorry, NHL. I think was the most hectic one. This year.
NHL was
Yeah, NBA usually is, but NHL definitely showed. Hey, we make moves too.
Yeah, this year especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MLB doesn't usually turn out that way.
It's also
it's picked up in the last few years.
Yeah, it has.
With teams going,
It's
I
more
need
of-
this guy.
I mean, I love the hot stove as much as anybody.
it's more a
MLB
few
Network doesn't
moves
come
here
off
and
my
there.
TV.
It's more a few moves here and there, but it's also definitely this how they have it with that whole split with the waiver trades and
Exactly.
stuff. It definitely
It's what
does
the reason
take
why
an
I like
effect to
it is because it extends it. You know,
Oh,
you
of
get,
course.
You get that you get that little fix a little bit later on after July.
But I feel like this is going to make it more like holy shit.
Yeah, it will make the actual trade deadline much more exciting.
Things are going to blindside us this year, trade deadline wise, I think. And
we've been talking about it with all of our previews. There are a lot of teams that could be buyers at the deadline.
Oh, definitely.
so this
And a fair
could
amount that will be sellers.
potentially make that last week and a half, 2 weeks of July real interesting.
Could be. And the thing with the trade deadline, especially with baseball, more than any other sport, is such a long stretch. Mm-hmm. Baseball's such a long season, so you want to re-drum up that interest halfway through the season where it's like, oh shit, there's moves being made.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's good for them from an entertainment
definitely.
perspective and from a I guess interest perspective. So what's the next one you got up here? I don't know much about this one either. All-Star Election Day.
Yeah, this one is a little new to me. I think Nick has more info on it.
All right, so they're going to use the same type of normal fan voting.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what it's a little like not 100% clear yet.
Okay, what does that
about
mean?
what they mean. Just
what do
there's
you
a couple
mean?
different reports about like how this is going to go, but there's supposed to be an election day. So the way that most likely looks like it's going to work is we're going to do the normal fan voting for like the month or whatever like they normally do, and that's going to get you the top 3 vote getters from each position.
Okay.
And then from there, there's going to be a one-day, election day, where fans are going to get to vote out of those 3 guys at each position for the starting lineup.
I'm okay with that.
I think it makes things a lot more interesting.
Me too.
I don't know how I feel about that.
He's a purist. I had to hear what he
I
had
think
to say.
you know
I
what
don't
it is.
know how
I
I
think
feel
in the
about
end, in the end, if the fan, you know what it is.
I think it
Because,
levels
like,
the playing field from big market and small market teams.
Yeah, you know what it is because it takes away those votes from the. Let's say however what do we got in baseball? 30 teams. So let's say 30 shortstops are being voted for. Obviously, you got those other little votes here and there for people.
Yeah.
But let's say 30 shortstops, the top for each team. Now you get it down to the top 3. Now all those votes for those other 27, those people that vote for those other 27 that were just doing hometown votes, even if they didn't think they were the best one.
Yeah.
Now you have to vote for one of those 3. Now it really comes down to who do you think should be there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Like that. Okay, that makes it a little better, but at the same time, those hometown votes, right? Do they really play a role in the guys making the All-Star team? Do we see those? I don't know who.
Well, no, this is what
No,
I'm
that's
saying.
the
Let's
thing.
say
But
there's
do
an
we see those guys on the lower level of the list make the team?
Let's say there's an
That's what
all-star
we're saying.
caliber.
We're saying those because those votes don't matter. Now all those people are out of it. After the month is over, now there's only those top 3 vote getters at the position. You can only vote for those top 3 players now. You can't vote for those other guys.
Why is it got to be a top 3?
Well, because what do you want it to be?
Yeah, no,
I mean,
top 5 might have been better. All things
okay.
considered.
I think top 5.
But top 3 is
they
not
round it
bad.
out a
I
little
can
better.
deal with top 3. But this is the thing to me is that let's say you have an all-star caliber shortstop. I don't know the person. You're probably going to quote it. But all-star shortstop from the Kansas City Royals, right?
He was an all-star at one time. Alcides Escobar.
Thank you. Saw that one coming. And
I
then
got
you
you.
have whatchamacallit. Then you have a decent shortstop maybe on the Mets or the Yankees, right? I think the amount of fans who just know the Mets or know the Yankees is a lot higher than the people who are going to know the Royals. You know, I just see the guy who's below average in a big market getting a lot more votes than the guy who is all-star caliber in a small market. And he just needs to get enough to get into that top 3.
But you know what it is?
And then he gets a level playing field.
To say
but
at the same go first.
But at the same time, that all-star caliber guy on the lower market, if he's all-star caliber, he's going to get the recognition.
I know. You say that because you watch a lot of baseball. I watch my team, and I know the guys who get the deals. I know the guys who show up in the video game. I don't know players who are top-notch in small markets.
Yeah, honestly,
I learn about them after the fact. I learn about them from the All-Star game.
And you know what it is?
Exactly. So they make the team. They
make the team as seconds.
Because the guys above them are better. That's
not always the case. That is not always the case.
Yes and no, but it always goes down to the stats.
Because sometimes they're just bigger names. Sometimes maybe they were better at one point.
Perfect example, Brandon Crawford.
I don't know who that is.
Shortstop for the Giants.
No, I know, but that's the point I'm making is that I don't know who that is.
Okay. That's not a small market team by any means. And he's been an all-star shortstop for years.
Well, that's what he's saying, though.
San
He's
Francisco
saying the
baseball
big market teams doesn't matter how to say if you're that much of an all-star player. He's saying the small market teams, it's harder for players that are on small market teams if you're having to say, and you're not an overall all-star caliber player, but you're having an all-star caliber year. It's harder for you
Brandon
to get the
Crawford
votes for the
makes his way onto the top 3, I'm going to do my research on those 3 because I'm going to know those 3 now.
Let's put it this way. Let's say the Minnesota Twins.
Okay.
Because they're not a big market team.
Minnesota's not
Let's
huge.
say they have someone newer, not to say like rookie, because rookies sometimes they get a little more hyped up.
Yeah.
But let's say third-year guy, something like that, just amazing year, second baseman, whatever. He's not going to get the same recognition as to say, like, let's say I know I said second baseball. Let's say Brandon Crawford or whatever.
Yeah.
Not only in his market, but name recognition. Like, you know what I mean? Name recognition, market, like stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I get where you guys are coming from, and I know this is going to be a really extreme case in the fact that,
No, go ahead. If you can pull out an extreme case,
player,
go for it.
Mike Trout.
Go ahead.
We've discussed this before, on and off the podcast.
Yeah, but the point I'm making about guys like Mike Trout is these guys are outliers.
Yes, now he is. In the beginning of his career, he was good.
Okay. If you want to go beginning of his career.
He's in that market in LA, right? And
which arguably is a large market.
It's a quote-unquote large market, but they're not as big as the Dodgers.
No, they weren't. Well, they weren't as big, obviously, when he first got going.
That's what I'm saying.
This is also why, though, in the end, I end up bringing... Well, that's why in the last point I did bring up name recognition, because at a point, name recognition, obviously Mike Trout, he's amazing. So this is not to say him specifically.
Yeah, like I know Joe Mauer, too, when he was on the Twins, but I really didn't know anybody else on that team.
But there's a point where name recognition could get you into an all-star game, even if you're not having that great of a season.
Which, another example of that would be Bryce Harper, last year?
Yeah, because Bryce
the guy
Harper
fucking
did not
hit 240
have a
last year. He's an all-star. He should be an all-star every year, but he did not have an
all-star
all-star
year
last year.
But this is even what I'm saying is that it's a little. It also on the top end of things, it also allows you to take a second look.
Yeah,
where he's the top of voting, right? And then we go into the selection day, and now there's only 3 names on the ballot, right? And Bryce is still there, but you got these other 2 guys. Maybe you take a harder look. Maybe the guy who actually deserves to be top of voting statistically gets there because everybody's taking a second look.
If there's only 3 players, there's a better chance of you taking a look than if you're looking through 30 players. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm not opposing it.
Just like with an election day ballot, when you have only 2 names on the ballot there, Republican and Democrat, you're going to look into who those 2 names are.
That's the
when there's 10 names on the Democratic ballot, it's like, who the hell are these people?
Think of it. I was going to bring this up earlier. Think of it like that. They're taking it away, so now there's only, instead of saying think of each one as a different party.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The 3 players as a different party. Like, it's to narrow it down.
Okay.
But aside from the whole player aspect, this is from the MLB just trying to get more, to say,
involvement.
Involvement. Because
yeah,
now,
definitely.
Yeah,
fan involvement.
Because you had this whole monthly thing, and after a while, not say it dies
Like,
down,
the thing
but
is,
it's
to be
on and
honest
off,
with
but
you,
now you have this one day.
with this thing, I may not even
day.
vote in the first round. I may wait till election day and vote on the 3.
The only thing is,
see, I like voting on. Well, I like vote.
You like voting in your guys,
but I like voting. I'm gonna do the election day.
Yeah, this is the only issue I see. I could see some people, because sometimes people just forget. I could see some people voting within the month and then just forgetting on the election day or not caring on the election day.
Well, so no, but this is the thing is that when you have that now you can make a bigger play, a media play, bigger advertisement.
Oh, definitely.
You know, as opposed to with
I'm
all-star
maybe
voting,
this first year
you
will
kind of
be
hope
iffier.
with the teams to do their get out there and vote for your Mets
Like
or
they
vote
always
for your
do,
Yankees.
yeah.
Exactly. But now the MLB can make a concerted effort around that election day,
Vote for one of these 3
yeah,
guys
exactly,
type
where
of
they
thing.
can do
It's each position, but
a whole patriotic campaign where they can really blow it up. They can work with Taco Bell to do some sort of promotion or
that's
something.
what it is. It's a whole new marketing strategy.
Exactly.
For them.
And I think it'll work.
In the end, that's really what it is.
Well, yeah,
as much as we're talking about this,
I
whole,
got you.
Yeah, as much as we're talking about
fence.
this whole trying to get the best player in there thing, it's really a marketing strategy in the end.
Yeah. And it's not a bad one.
No, it's a very good one. I like the idea.
Okay, but
in that sense,
with those 3 guys at the top of the list, right?
Yeah.
And you dive deeper, and with the election day, and you get to choose. Would those 3 guys all make the team? Like 2 as a reserve, 1 as a starter, or is that
I don't.
subject?
I don't
Well,
remember
aren't
how,
reserves decided by the coach?
It all went on voting,
Okay. Well, then maybe
like the number of votes they got.
Yeah, maybe you're just deciding who the reserves are.
It might just be
Which
the
I wouldn't
starting-
mind.
Well, because
I wouldn't mind that.
I think it's because as it says here, it says something about the starting lineup. So it might just be you're picking who's starting.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the other guys fall into the reserve.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Most likely.
likely.
And outfielders is 6, not 3, because obviously there's
At each position, yeah. Okay.
Alrighty. So there's one more that takes effect this year, and it has to do with mound visits. So what's up with that?
They're just going to change the number from 6 to 5. Being a catcher and personally like going out to the pitcher when he's struggling and be like, hey, calm the fuck down. Take
well, on
a
average,
breather.
how many times would you find yourself doing that in a game?
It all depends on the game, the nature of the game.
Let's say the worst game. What's the worst time?
More than 6.
Really?
Yes. Wow. One game I played in college.
At what point do you change the pitcher?
Well, that's the thing. I'm getting to that. One game we played in college, we played Johnson and Wales University, and it was the worst game I've ever caught because I got so beat up to the point where my coach turned to me in the dugout and apologized to me. And I looked at him like he had 100 heads, and I was like, for what? And he goes,
100 heads.
He was like, these guys, they can't fucking throw the ball. He said they're throwing fastballs in the dirt, they're throwing curveballs over your head, they cannot hit you in the glove, and you're doing everything possible to stop it. I probably had, well, not me, there probably was like 15, 20 wild pitches that game. Wow. I guarantee I blocked at least 30 to 50 pitches anywhere in that range.
And how many times did you have to go to the mound?
Me being by myself, a couple, and then I got tired of it because it's a 9-inning game. I'm tired. Coach went out to the mound, changed pitchers at least 3-4 times, so that's 4 mound visits right there. And then you have 1 left, it's a little dicey. But that's also college.
I was going to say
that's
I
also
don't
college.
know if they're going to count those as mound visits.
I'm not sure.
I don't think they're going to count.
I think
pitching
mound
changes as
visits
mound
is whole
visits.
infield and coach.
Yeah. Okay. So
or even just catcher, coach, or
Yeah.
like anything that's not a
coach,
pitcher.
yeah, anything where the coach
So
comes out,
even so, there was at least 4 of those.
Mhm.
So that would only give you 1 more. Because
Didn't they bring it down from 7
Oh yeah,
to 6?
6 is a new number.
Yeah, 6
Yeah,
they
6
brought
was
it
new.
down.
Wasn't
Within
it like
the
7
last
or 8?
2 years or something like that?
Yeah.
7 or 8.
Did
So,
they have
this
one?
is...
I don't think.
I think it was
Yeah.
8. I honestly think they brought it down 2.
I think
to 6.
they wanted it to be 8, but they didn't really enforce it, and then they brought it down to 6 and was like, "This is the number."
Yeah.
And so, that's how you do it. You take it inch by inch, and we're going to see how it goes. I think it'll be fine. I don't see that
More
many
often-
mound visits.
Yeah, but
There
more
are
often than
there
not,
are obviously exceptions to the rule, but you can't play to the exceptions. You have to play to the law of averages here.
But more often than not, when a pitcher gets a mound visit from his pitching coach, and usually those mound visits are get your head out of your ass, throw a fucking strike, or you're getting your ass pulled out of the game. He throws a strike, and I think the percentage it's like 90% of the time.
No, true, but this is the way I see it: is that let's say on average, 2 mound visits before you call him for the pen.
Yeah, I guess.
So that's
for a starting
almost
pitcher,
2 or 3 pitchers.
Well, I think that's more for a
2
starting
mound visits
pitcher.
per 2 or 3 pitchers. What?
Yeah, that's usually a starting pitcher. The relievers don't really get.
You probably don't get much more.
Not
than
even
one.
further is what I'm saying. This is the MLB here. If you have to go out and talk to a pitcher 5 times, if you even have to go out and talk to a pitcher 3 times,
But that's not including the pitching coach or the coach at all. That's the catcher calling time to go talk to the pitcher. That's even if you get mixed up on calls and signs.
okay,
Because that's happened to me a lot.
It's anything other than
pitching
this
change.
is just a guess, but
Anything
about
besides
90%, 95% sure. Anything other than pitching changes that you go to the mound.
It's like perfect example. I've been crossed up a million times because the shadow that's being cast by the fence or the light pole or whatever, and me being in the squat, you can't really see my fingers in the dark. I've called the curveball, and I'm sitting there waiting for the ball to go like this, and then come back down, and the dude throws a fastball, and I'm caught off guard, and I miss it.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Then I call time. I go to the umpire. I go out to the pitcher. I'm like, "What the fuck was that? You almost killed me." And that would count as a mound visit. So I don't know. I think it should be anywhere from 6 to 8, and that should be like lenient. Like you can go from 6 to 8. And
well, this is enacted this year, right?
Yes.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure. Like, put it this way: I'm sure if the quality of pitching in games goes down, the MLB will go back on it.
See, I don't know.
Because the final product is what they care about most.
Yeah, but they want to see offense.
They want to see offense. Well, you say that, but when you mix up signs like that, does that lead to hittable pitches all the time, or does it just lead to bullshit pitches?
Hittable pitches.
Hittable pitches, okay.
It's like a 50-50. It's give or take, depending on the count, the batter, whatever.
Well, as a non-player fan, if offense goes up, I'm still not going to complain.
I mean, nobody's going to complain if everybody's hitting more
You'll
home
complain.
runs. I'm
You'll
going to complain.
You're
I want
going
the
to
pitcher to
complain.
fucking throw strikes.
Exactly.
And strike guys out. And then on the other end, I want to see home runs. So I want to see a good balance of both. I want to see good quality baseball.
Oh, I got you. Alrighty, so yeah, we've got the single trade deadline, no waiver trades. We've got the All-Star Election Day with the top 3 guys. We've got mound visits down to 5 and one small one here. One more.
Is that the home run derby?
Yeah.
Yep.
What, the winner's going to get $1 million?
$1 million to a winner, and there's like $2.5 million of total winnings. I don't know how that's split up.
That's odd.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I saw that multiple reports. Didn't see any split up other than
total winnings to the MLB. I mean, to the Derby or to All-Star Game.
It said Derby, but
So the trophy ain't enough?
yeah, I don't.
No,
I
it's
don't know.
not. It's
No.
absolutely
Well,
not.
No.
No,
Well,
it's
let's
not.
put it this
So
way.
you're going to give a guy that's making fucking
Yeah.
$20 million
Let's put
a
it
year
this way.
another
No.
$1 million
Yeah,
for
dude,
hitting home runs?
the Pro Bowl does it too. The Pro Bowl gives a bonus to all the players who win that game.
Yeah.
It's garbage.
And the same thing with the NBA All-Star Game, I believe, as well. Yeah, this is the thing, man. You have to give them some incentive.
And honestly,
I'm
think
sorry,
about it.
I know you're a traditionalist, but that trophy doesn't mean shit to a lot of
And
these
think about
guys.
it. Not to say.
Get the fuck out. Go stop playing the game.
No, man.
Not to say that there aren't big players that play in the home run derby, like Bryce Harper play. Like there are big players.
I think Bryce Harper's a bad
Where
example,
you're going,
though.
I think I know where you're going with this. This is the only exception to the rule where I would be okay with it.
What, with the younger guys? Who
No,
don't
The
make
younger
those?
guys who don't have big contracts.
Yeah.
Well, no, this is what I mean. Players that might not normally want to do it, that are bigger name players,
Yep.
but then see like, oh, I could win $1 million by doing this.
Yeah.
That are bigger name guys that, as much as fans might want to see him, and MLB is slightly the exception to this in the sense of, like, to say the dunk contest, you don't see the bigger name guys out there really.
Yeah.
The home run derby, you do see it more often than not, but there are other name big guys that, like, to say, like, I mean, he's not like big home run hitter, but like Mike Trout, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, there are big name guys that you never know. This could bring him out. Like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll do it.
I guess.
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely. I mean, that's what did for the NBA game. When they put a bonus in, people were more likely to play.
Yo, fuck it.
Pro
Put a
Bowl,
bigger-
people were more
honestly-
likely to put effort in.
Honestly, put a fucking bigger thing on the slam dunk contest.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Slam
I
dunk-
know that
slam
I
dunk's a
get
little
where
too
you're coming
suggestive,
from.
though.
The rich get richer. I totally understand that.
Like,
Oh, 100%.
But I feel like it'll make it more interesting because they'll have something to play for.
like,
I think
let's say,
that's
Bragging
that's
rights
how you
ain't
have to
worth it
think of
anymore, man.
Let's
I'm
say
sorry.
Bryce Harper had his contract last year and he 13 years, $330 million. What the fuck is $1 million to him?
Well, because you have to remember that these guys get it in game checks. This isn't like This isn't like, oh, here's $13 million. I know he's making an obscene amount of money per month or per week.
He makes like $20,000 in at bat.
I get that. But to get $1 million in a check,
okay, even worse.
To get $1 million in a single check is still a big deal
more
to
than
these
the
guys.
more than the average man in Philly or some shit.
Greed.
But yeah,
It's greed.
It's greed.
But greed is what makes things better. Greed is what makes people want to compete harder. I hate you to say it, but it's the truth. It's what makes these guys compete. They don't. I mean, look, a lot of them, compete for the love of the game, blah 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 blah. But you also compete so that when your time comes, you get a big contract.
Well, yeah, because you want to take care of your family, so on and so forth. But what is $1 million going to do for someone getting paid $330 million over the course of 13 years?
Bring them to the Derby, and that's all that matters.
There you go. So those are the 4 changes that happen happening.
Marketing plan.
Those are the 4 changes that are happening this year. There are a couple happening next year, and so what are those, Dylan?
Yeah, I think there's only 2 big ones for next year.
Yeah,
the 3 batter minimum for I guess it's relievers.
Yeah. We got into a discussion on that one in a previous.
No loogies.
Which I'm iffy on this too. Like,
yeah, I'm iffy on it. I like specialists.
I like the specialists, and I don't at the same time because the commercial breaks and everything else. It just takes too long, and that's where they're gonna, cutting down.
So
on
I agree. Yeah, I get that. But I've never been a proponent of like games are too long. I don't mind long games.
I don't care if the games are long, but I care if the guy throws one pitch, gets an out, lefty on lefty, and then you see the manager coming out to bring in the righty to face the next 2 batters.
Yeah, man, that's
it's a little annoying sometimes, but I don't want them to just.
When I'm playing the show, sometimes they call me in for 1 out, and I get that 1 out, and that's it.
There you go. Hey, but see, I don't want to see them ban it. I just want to, see it used
we talked about this when it was like a proposed rule.
Yeah, exactly.
Thing. And if I remember correctly, we all agreed it's one of those things. You're taking away from the strategy of it.
Exactly.
I do understand the whole time thing,
which I don't even mind as much.
But it's
I see this leading to more openers, to be honest.
Yes. I remember that's actually one of the things we brought up at the end.
Keep your starters later into the game.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Then they're not even going to be starting pitchers. They're not starting the game. They need a new position.
Well, that's
I love you having an opposing opinion, but
that's
you're wrong.
That's a whole other topic to get into.
They're not starting the game.
No, I got you.
All right. So the second of next year's rules.
Yeah.
Roster expansion.
I like this one.
What is it, 25 to 26?
25 to 26.
I like it.
One spot, but it's a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
I really hope that not everybody uses it for extra relievers. I really hope.
I was going to say, that's a hitter, that's a
starter. It's a catcher. I'd love to see 3 catcher teams.
Hey, but if you're adding a 3 batter minimum, that means pitchers that might be more used to only going 1 or 2 batters are going to have to go at least 3 batters. They might not be able to go as many games
I really
in a
hope
row.
there aren't pitchers out there who are just getting used to 2 batters.
If you're a pitcher, if you're a major league pitcher and you train to only face 1 batter, you don't belong in the fucking league.
I normally don't side with the purists, but I got to side with them on this.
You see some of these relievers that they cannot go more than like 2 or 3 batters.
That's sad.
No, that's fine. 3 batters?
Yeah,
you're a closer or you're a setup guy. Yeah. That's fine.
I understand.
But if you can't do 2 batters or 3 batters.
No.
If you can't throw more than 20 pitches in an outing?
I didn't word it correctly then. What I'm saying is you have to go a minimum of 3 batters. So that means if they bring you in the next game, you have to go a minimum of 3 batters. So to do that multiple nights over and over, you might need a couple more relievers, because if your starting pitcher only goes 5 innings, that means you potentially could have 4 other pitchers pitching that game.
No, I get you.
Yeah.
So you might. I'm not saying they're not going to use our reliever, but I could see where this 3 batter minimum could definitely wear some pitchers out if they do pitch to say 2 games in a row.
No, they could definitely use it
6
more
innings in 2 days.
I don't, like I said,
for a guy that might have been
to.
used to pitching at most 4 innings in 2 days.
No, like I said, I don't want them to, but I could definitely see a lot of teams using this on a reliever.
That'll stop managers like Aaron Boone from overusing their relievers.
Oh yeah, definitely. And
you throw Chapman out there fucking 5 nights in a row. The guy's throwing 20 pitches at 100 miles an hour.
Maybe the New York Mets won't use the same relief pitcher every single game.
Hey man, we have 2 closers on the roster, so don't even.
So we'll wear one of them out until.
Yeah, let him blow his arm out. Then when the other one comes in and starts doing well, he's going to blow his arm out, and then you're fucked again.
we ruined Tyler Clippard.
Freaking haters over here. Haters.
No,
Alrighty.
the Yankees do it too.
So that's it. Yeah, that was the deal. Both sides of the deal seem to be pretty happy with it. I don't see anybody coming out sour.
None of these are. You know what is none of the. I mean, the 3-batter one I feel like is the most where.
No. I mean, from the perspective of Players Association and MLB,
No, I know.
both sides seem to be pretty happy about the results of the deal.
I just mean in general, most of these, it's like you could kind of see both sides.
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
Which is why, like, none of them you could say are completely miserable.
Yeah. Alrighty. And if anybody has anything else for the top stories, no? So, yeah, just quickly before we jump into our discussion for the week, the score of the Syracuse-Duke game as of right now, Syracuse is 43, Duke is 44.
After, like, the fucking
13 minutes left
game.
in the second half. So that game's getting exciting.
Oh my goodness, what the hell?
Boheim.
Coach K, step it up, man.
Boheim.
Yeah, Boheim, man. Don't sleep on Boheim. Alrighty, so... free agency and the start of the NFL new league year.
Yeah.
What a week, man.
I'm going to go on record right now. I'm heartbroken.
Yep, we'll get to that later. But first, the marquee of this week has been free agency signings. There have been some obviously huge trades, and we'll get to that after the fact. But free agency is sort of the thing that happens now, and we're going to go over top 50 free agents. And the ones that have signed, we're just going to go through. Like I said before, if you guys have something to say, jump in on it. Let me know.
All right.
So the first I want to talk about, Jordan Hicks, premier linebacker for the Eagles, signed a reported $36 million 4-year deal with the Arizona Cardinals.
This is one of many moves the Cardinals have made this offseason that I think they're going to be a problem next year.
I don't know if I'm going to
like
go as far as problem.
I wouldn't say
it's a good step.
Okay.
It's a good step.
They're definitely... They're not going to be the worst team in the league again.
I feel like we'll hear who he thinks will be the worst team in the league later.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think it's a good. I think
it's a great move.
They're making steps.
No, it's a good move.
It's a great move for them.
That's one of many
great move for them
that they've made already.
It's a good move. Alrighty. Next one, Jason McCourty returns to the Patriots on a 2-year deal. Money's still unreported, but yeah, the McCourty twins stay together.
Yeah, fuck
What
the
they
Patriots.
fucking do.
He's 31, so I'm not saying he's at the end of his career, but he's certainly entering the decline.
Oh, yeah,
Past his prime.
Yeah.
If you have not warned our feelings about the Patriots.
Yeah, no.
Aside from Julian Edelman. Okay.
There you go. He had to. He had to get it in. He got it in.
It's going to happen more than once.
It's over.
Just prepare yourself.
Oh, you thought that was just an opportunity.
I don't even think that one was planned.
No. He threw it up there.
Clinton Dix signed with the Bears earlier today.
That was today, yeah.
I like that move.
Reported 1-year deal, $3.5 million.
He's one of my favorite defensive players.
Yeah. Supposedly, he took less money to join not only the Bears, which he thinks is a vaunted defense, possibly get a ring with them, but also to join his former Alabama teammate, Eddie Jackson.
Oh, nice.
And his former pro
that.
team's rival.
That is
Packer.
correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was a Packer. He was a Packer for a while, too.
Yeah, he was. I think he made his name as a Packer.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
I mean, I think he made his name when his name was Ha Ha, but,
Do you know the
I
reasoning
still couldn't
for
believe that's his freaking name.
Do you know the reasoning for this?
Oh, no. Go ahead. Please enlighten me.
Oh, all right. So
I swear to God, if you say
something...
Julian Edelman anytime during this, I'm going to hurt you.
So it's not... All right, this isn't planned, so no, it does not have anything to do with Julian Edelman. And this I actually didn't research or anything. This is... I'm trying to just recollect off a memory from
No,
what
go
I
ahead,
remember
man.
hearing.
Prove that we actually know what we're talking about a little bit.
So this is something when he was younger. I don't remember why exactly, but this is something just the nickname his aunt gave him. I don't remember if it was because he laughed a lot or the opposite. No. It was either that. No. Yeah, she nicknamed. That was the nickname she gave him, and that for some reason, why that's the name he uses.
Ha! You get your ass over here.
But yeah, it has something to do with I believe it was his aunt nicknaming him that or something, or to say not saying nickname,
call him
but
that.
calling him that, and that's where it came from.
I mean, it's good, but it's not as good as Poop Johnson.
Oh no, nothing as good as Poop Johnson.
Poop Johnson, man, if you really want to, we would love to hear from you. Absolutely, we're huge fans.
Or Booger.
Or Booger? No, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't like
man.
Booger.
No, man.
Fuck that name.
All right.
Like when he points to number 1, I'll never know where he's pointing.
All right, next.
No, I'll love for Booker. Alrighty, so the next one, Marcus Golden. This is another one that happened today. Defensive end from Arizona signed a 1-year, money is unreported, deal with the New York Giants.
Trash.
What? This is a young guy. He's only 28 years old. He's shown promise before, and he's obviously, I wouldn't say he's on the same level as Olivier, but...
All right, I think at this point you just have to take anything with the Giants.
Hey, man, I would have taken Golden. I think he's a quality player.
No,
he's still got
agree.
his best years ahead of him.
I was gonna say, I was saying more with Dylan. I think anytime you say the Giants, Dylan's gonna feel a little.
He's gonna sigh very heavily.
Dylan's in a mood. So anytime you hear the Giants, don't worry about Dylan's reaction.
By the way, he's sitting here in a Patrick Mahomes jersey.
Patty Big Dick, baby. Love him.
I'll let you know what jersey I'm sitting in very soon.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll definitely get to that. Next deal I want to talk about, Pierre Desir signed a 1-year deal with the Colts last year after spending most of 2017 injured, had a pretty damn good season with an underrated Colts defense, and just signed a reported 3-year, $25 million deal with the Colts again. So they've shown that they like his promise. They like where he's going. He's only 28 years old.
Yeah,
I would have taken this guy. I really love his style.
He had a solid season.
Great
that
man
team
to man.
in general had a solid season.
Exactly.
So,
that Colts defense was really underrated this year.
Honestly, that was a great move on them. He's a solid player. Let's hope he could replicate it.
Yep. No, definitely. I hope for his sake he does, because he deserves it. He really does.
Hey, he got his money, so...
Yet another one that happened earlier today, Teddy Bridgewater has signed a 1-year, $7.25 million, could be $12.5 with incentives, deal with the New Orleans Saints to remain their backup quarterback.
Re-signed.
You said 1 year?
1 year.
1 year, yes. Re-signed for 1 year.
That's interesting.
He's signing to be their backup. You're not going to be the starter now.
That's the thing.
That's what I don't get about this. I'm sure he got more money from the Dolphins. I'm sure he got more money.
That's his hometown, isn't it? Miami?
I don't know about that. I won't comment on that. I'm not sure.
Yes, he has some type of ties to Miami.
I'm sure
I don't remember
if
it was hometown or I don't remember what school he went to.
Okay,
but I believe that's his hometown or something. I really thought there was a good chance he'd go there.
I would have loved for him to steal. Because number one,
but he did say ahead of time that he really wanted to
resign
with the Saints. So it's not that this was a surprise.
But after the Saints got shafted by Tyrod Taylor, who joined the Chargers.
Yeah,
they need. I'm sure they threw money at him, and that would have been poetic, wouldn't it? After Miami Dolphins back out on a deal for Drew Brees and the Saints jump on it, that the Miami Dolphins jump on Teddy Bridgewater and make him their franchise quarterback. That would have been absolutely storybook. I would have loved it.
He was born in Miami.
He was born in Miami?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
He must really like it in New Orleans.
Well, it was a vote of confidence when Sean Payton said, Teddy's our guy.
No, I know. Which must have sucked for Taysom Hill, man.
Well, no. Because
Taysom
Hill is also used in every set and which way possible.
I got you.
Yes, his main position... all right, main position's quarterback, whatever. Look at him play every other part of
that, and it's actually running back.
I'm not even going to say receiver. It's fucking punt protector.
Yeah, he does all over the field.
And Sean Payton loves him.
Yeah, he does.
Loves him.
He does, but...
who he reminds me of?
He's not one of those guys. Lamar?
Julian Edelman.
All right, that one was a little corny.
Cheat.
Does he not? Quarterback that plays...
No. I'm not going to say you're wrong, because you're absolutely on the mark
not
there.
planned. I'm saying this just because he actually makes me think of that.
All right, we're going to move on to the next one here. This one I don't get. This one I absolutely don't get. Tevin Coleman signs a 2-year, $10 million deal with the 49ers.
This makes me upset.
A team that is stacked at running back
This makes me very upset.
I figured it would. Don't get me wrong. I know McKinnon's been injured. I know Breida's been injured.
I was about to say,
but these are two guys, and these are injuries that are not these are not sticking injuries that are going to stick around.
End up jumping McKinnon.
Then where does that leave Breida?
Yeah, then Breida's going to get shafted. That's the problem. I think Matt's going to just be like, they're going to say see ya, and He played hurt all year.
No, that would be best case scenario.
For
if he
him-
gets sent out, that would be great.
For him.
But I think he's going to get stuck at the bottom of the depth chart.
I hope he doesn't.
Which
I think
would suck.
I think he's better than Coleman.
Oh, no. Okay, so this is the thing. For what it's worth, I do believe Tevin Coleman is a good mix of the two of them. He has great receiving prowess, and he's good on his feet.
He's fast as fuck.
Yeah.
But
So,
they're all
so I
fast.
can't... So this is the thing.
And you know what it is with Coleman? I think he doesn't get the credit for it because he was in a two-back system, and he is, to say if he's in a two-back system, he's a receiving back.
Yeah, this is the
But
thing,
in
man.
general, he's a good running
He's
back.
a great running
Yeah.
back. He's a good
Straight up
back.
running back.
He is.
But
now
if
he's
the
in a
Jets didn't
3
sign who
running
they
back system.
signed, I would have definitely been down to take Coleman. But we'll get to that one later. But this is the thing. If they try, and they're gonna, because, every team does try, to do a 3 running back rotation,
It ain't gonna
it's just
happen.
going to be ugly.
It's going to be awful. Ooh.
It could also
if-
just be in
what if-
waiting
Oh,
for
boy, here we go.
What if-
An idea just popped into my man's head.
We're going to get into one of these signings later, but what if Matt went to the Saints?
They just signed another running back.
I don't see that, though.
Lat
I don't see
Murray.
that because I don't see
Lat
Breida.
Murray.
Yeah.
He's not that good. Not as good as Matt.
Yeah, I still don't say
Yeah, but I don't think Matt's as
not
good
say
as...
not say I don't agree with you, but I don't think they're going to do it. But I think this
Because they
signing
already
of-
have... Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think the signing
I think he just takes the
was-
role of Ingram.
This is the thing. I don't see Breida as the Ingram role. I see
No.
him more as the Kamara role.
Yeah.
And he's
If
not going to take
anything.
Kamara's job.
So, okay. What about the Bucks?
I can see. There are plenty of teams I could see him.
Oh
on.
yeah, no. Not say there aren't teams that.
It's about whether those teams have the capital to make a move for a trade.
I mean, he's not going to come expensive.
He's not going to be expensive.
He's not
Absolutely.
Not yet.
You know what,
He's
guys,
still on his rookie deal.
Guys, in the end,
Yeah.
who knows what the fuck the 49ers are going to do with
Shanahan's
this?
nuts, by the way.
49ers are all over the map,
He's a
man.
genius.
They're all over the map. They've been making some serious moves.
Who knows what they're going to do with
They really
this?
have.
Serious moves.
We're getting
and
into
we're going to
those
get
later.
into one of those. Yeah, we're definitely
Couple
going to
of
get
those.
into one of those later. Alrighty, so we'll keep moving along here. Dante Fowler signs a 1-year, $14 million. Jesus, that's a lot. I just looked at that. Wow. 1 year, $14 million deal to stay on the Rams.
Is that all guaranteed?
I don't know on that.
Even if it's half.
That's still a lot
still
of money,
fucking
man.
money.
That's
I
a
mean,
lot of money.
That goes into what we were talking about last week a little
He's
bit with
good, though.
Sue.
He's
Sue might
finicky.
not being returning or like coming back.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know.
So
Sue's
I
still
think
a
that's
free
why they did the
agent.
1 year with him.
Sue's still a free agent.
Sue's still a free agent, and I don't know because this guy, he goes and says, I mean, we'll get to him maybe a little bit later, but like he goes and says, I want to stay on the West Coast, but I don't know if I want to go back to the Rams.
Who is that?
Sue.
Sue? Interesting.
So then
Chargers.
Raiders,
Yeah,
the Chargers.
come to me.
His hometown is Oregon, I believe.
Ah, fuck that.
So there's no team up there. He's
Yeah.
gonna go
So
play
come
for
to
the
me, come to
Portland
me, come to me.
Trailblazers.
Be a 6 center.
But
Enforcer.
yeah, no. So whatchamacallit, this Fowler deal, I don't know if I would have signed him for that much money.
I mean, with the no
When he's good,
guarantee
he's
of
good.
Sue,
Yeah,
I can see why they gave him a lot because they want that guarantee of somebody being on that front line with Donald.
I mean, this is the thing. When he's good, he's good. But when he's bad, he's bad. It's part of the reason why the Jags were willing to let him go.
I guess.
He's a first-round pick, and you expect a little bit more out of him
I think
than
he'll
what
I
he's
don't
been given.
completely mind the move.
I think he'll improve in the system.
I
Given
think-
the fact
I
that
think
he's been
that
there,
after all
he'll
the-
be there a full year now.
I think that after all the short-term deals they did last year, the Rams have a little bit of money to burn.
Yeah.
And they just burnt it. So we'll move on from a outside linebacker to a defensive tackle. Sheldon Richardson signs a 3-year, $39 million deal with the Cleveland Browns to
Just
make that defensive front
huge
even
move.
scarier.
Just one of many moves to make.
Oh, that the Browns have made this offseason. And I mean, this is Sheldon looked as much as I hated the guy when he was on the Jets because I liked him when he first got going, but he was a dick off the field.
Yeah, it's more hate of off the field, not
Exactly.
on the field.
Completely off the field.
On
He was
the
a really
field,
good
yeah,
on the
yeah.
field player.
Stud.
Yeah, and it looked like he got his shit together.
Let's just
Where was
put-
he last year? Minnesota.
Minnesota,
He was on the
and he looked really good.
Yeah,
looked
he had
really
a good season. Yeah,
That front
solid
line
season.
with Cleveland's already good. And you
Exactly.
put him on it.
Oh
my
man, you put him
goodness.
next to Myles Garrett.
Oh my God.
Whew.
Myles Garrett's a fucking animal.
He is. He's crazy. That man is built like a brick house. And I don't say that about everybody.
I finally watched Hard Knocks in full. And
Yeah?
my God.
Oh, my God.
Miles
This
Garrett
guy's
is
Adonis.
Carved
out a sculpture,
he
man.
fucking break through doors.
And
He
he's a
just walk
teddy
through
bear.
things.
And my man's a teddy bear, too.
He really is.
He's like, you meet him, like,
yeah.
oh,
He's
yeah.
such a
I gotta
nice
watch Hard Knocks
person.
now.
he's like, I write on my journal.
He does
you know.
poetry.
Oh,
he
he
does
does
poetry. He's like a serious man of faith. He's just a nice person, and then you put him on the football field, he's ready to rip your fucking head off.
That's
Yeah,
how
and
it
there's
should
like
be.
a scene
Yeah.
where they're like music on while they're practicing, and he's like, "Yo, can we put on like some like Alanis Morissette or
Yeah,
something?"
yeah. You have to watch. It's 5 episodes, but
Meanwhile,
it's so
he's shirtless, and you can see every muscle on his chest.
Good. It's like he was chiseled.
Oh yeah,
It's fucking nuts.
But enough of us salivating over
Yeah,
it, you know?
fucking man crushing on Myles Garrett. Shout out Myles Garrett if you want to come on the pod. We'd love to have you.
Oh, you seem like a great guy. Next one is one that I'm shocked that it happened, and I'm pissed it didn't come to my team. Mitch Morse signed a $44.5 million deal, 4 years. Made him the highest paid, I believe, O-lineman? I know it made the highest paid center, but it might have been O-lineman. I think left tackle usually gets a little bit more money.
Well, yeah, left tackle is guard.
No, what's it called? Trent Brown was just signed 4 for 66.
Okay,
never
so
mind.
definitely... So
Yeah,
highest,
he was the highest.
highest paid
Oakland
center.
Oakland just gave Trent Brown the highest,
Yeah.
I believe.
And I don't even believe that Mitch was the best center free agent this year.
No, that was definitely Matt
Paradis.
Paradis.
Yeah, Paradis, definitely.
Oh, I don't know.
We'll get to him later.
Yeah, I figured we'll get to him later.
Yeah, he's higher on this list.
What about Jason Kelsey? Is he still
Not a
with the
free
Eagles?
agent,
He's
but he's
not?
still with
Not
the
free
Eagles.
agent.
Yeah,
Okay.
still with the
I thought he
Eagles.
was a free agent.
Oh, I think he's arguably the best in the league.
He is.
Yeah.
Him
But-
and Hudson.
I gotta give the Bills credit, man. Their line was a serious point of weakness last year, and this is a solid signing.
The Bills in general, sneaky moves.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, if he took anything with him from Kansas City, anything that can help Josh Allen.
Yeah. Yeah, because he showed a lot of promise last year. So
No, he did. He did.
we'll see.
He did.
We'll see.
I like the little rivalry that's forming in the AFC East.
So with the Bills, though, aside from this move too, though, they signed a lot of guys. They got John Brown and Cole Beasley to play receiver.
Oh, yeah.
Who that's what's it
huge
called?
for
Allen
Allen.
has a big arm, so John Brown's gonna fit in nice there.
Yeah.
And Cole Beasley, just in general,
He's a great slot guy.
great
slot guy.
Aside from that, they also signed Tyler Croft. Good tight end.
Good tight end when he's on the field.
When
Yeah,
when
always
he's on
hurt.
the
I mean, this could be Charles Clay V2 right here.
Hey, yeah.
I like Clay better.
I liked Clay, but Clay had the same issue. My man was barely on the field.
His fucking kneecap is falling off.
They got
2 years
also,
in a row.
though,
Croft has the same issue.
I know.
That's true. So as long as one of them's on the field, we're good.
Well, no, I believe they let Clay go.
That's true.
Oh,
Yeah,
they did?
let Clay go.
That's
Yeah.
Also, though, at running back,
Why are we
veteran,
so sad? We're just ripping this guy.
I like him though. I want him to have a job.
veteran running back, they signed Frank Gore.
Yeah.
That came as a huge surprise to me, and I love Frank Gore. I think he's a beast.
Honestly, even as old as he's getting, he's
Still a
producing.
beast.
He's producing.
No, he's still got some of the
And to
tank
go with
pieces.
the center that they just signed, they signed. I'm gonna butcher this name. Ty. I can't. How do you say?
Oh,
it?
Nishiki or something.
Yeah.
Like Nishiki.
How do you spell it?
Oh, that's only going to make it worse.
NSKHE.
NSH Nishki.
Nishki.
I think it's
something
actually
like
Neshke.
Neshki.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
it's
think it's
Neshki.
not Neshke's.
Ty Neshki.
But
yeah.
right tackle.
Yeah.
He's good.
Good player.
Amazing
Very good
offensive
player.
line. I love him, honestly.
Very
Personally,
good
I
player.
love him.
No, they've made some good moves. That team is
And
going to be
they
interesting.
need an offensive line.
It always feels like the Bills are the worst team in the AFC East, but they're not. They're like arguably second best right now. Well, arguably second best last year.
Yes.
I don't know about next year.
I think they're going to be third this year.
We'll see.
We'll get
I
into
don't
that.
know.
We'll get into that later.
Later.
You know what,
I have a
this-
giant smile on my face right now.
You know what,
you
though? This,
motherfucker.
these moves, with how Josh Allen performed last year, this team, not to say, I'm not going to say playoff push or anything like that, but
They're not
going to
be an easy out.
It's
Yeah.
a team
No.
to watch.
Yeah, they're gonna win games.
They're not going to be an easy out.
They're not going to be an easy
You're
out.
not going to look at
this
team.
This is a trapped game.
You can't
team
take them
right
lightly.
here.
No
at
matter
all.
what team you are, when you come to Buffalo, this isn't like, oh, fuck, we're winning the... no.
And we're playing. The AFC East is playing the AFC West. I'm sorry, the NFC East this year.
I really... I
So
was really
you got to have an
wishing you said
Eagles
AFC
game.
West.
You're gonna have a Cowboys game. A
Remember I
Giants
said I wanted to
game.
go to that Giants game? Yeah, not anymore.
Alrighty, yeah. We'll move on. The Rams continuing in their pattern of franchise tagging a player and then letting them leave the following year. LaMarcus Joyner signs a 4-year, $42 million deal with the Oakland Raiders.
Them Raiders are making moves.
That's
Raiders
another team making moves right there.
LaMarcus was okay. He didn't live up to the tag this year.
He didn't.
Or last year.
I love the guy. Good player, solid player for the most part. But yeah, he didn't live up to
I
it.
don't know if he's worth all that money.
I don't think so. I don't feel like...
Maybe 3 and 25 would have
I
been
mean,
worse.
the Raiders found money out of their fucking asses this year. I don't know where
they
the
have
fuck
plenty
they
of
pulled this
cap
money
space.
out of.
It's just a matter of pulling out the actual cash.
They got rid of Cooper. They
He's
got
taking-
rid of everybody.
Well, no, that's the thing. So the issue that the Raiders had this year wasn't that they lacked cap space. They had plenty of cap space. It was literally cash flow. I don't know where he pulled a lot of this money out of. He
That's
didn't
what I mean.
have the cash flow for this.
For fucking, was it Trent Brown, Antonio Brown?
They broke the fucking bank for those two guys.
Yeah, they did.
Just those two alone.
We're going to get into the details of those guys later. But as far as LaMarcus is concerned, in a safety market this deep, because there were a lot of great safeties on the market, I don't think LaMarcus was worth that much money.
No.
I mean, there was another signing that we'll get to in a little bit that I don't think was worth that much money either.
They also didn't pay that low for Tyrell Williams either.
Yeah, no, we're going to get to
Yeah,
him.
he got a good chunk of money.
We're going to get to him too. He's a little further up. But we'll jump to the next one here. This one I believe was today too, just a little while ago actually. Golden Tate leaves the Eagles.
Yeah.
And signs a 4-year, $37.5 million deal with the New York Giants.
Yeah, Giants, what the fuck are you doing?
There you go. I think this was a suitable replacement for what they lost.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a number one wide receiver, easy.
Uh-huh.
Trash.
No, honestly, I like Tate.
Yeah, from my standpoint, I like Golden Tate.
I like Tate. But
I don't think he
He's
replaces.
not an Odell replacement.
He doesn't fit the shoes.
And the money we're giving him...
I don't know.
Makes me
4
wanna rip
years,
my fucking hair out.
37.5. That's less than 10 a year. That's like 8.
Yeah, but you just signed Odell to trade him to free up $5 million.
No. But we didn't sign Odell.
We didn't sign Odell to trade him. But okay,
just in
but
case you wanted to know, I'm wearing an
analyzing-
Odell Beckham jersey and Dylan's
analyzing just this move. Analyzing just this move. We're gonna get to that one later, obviously.
Yeah.
But analyzing just this move, I think this is not a bad move for whoever the Giants have under center.
Well, I think it's not a bad move in the sense that they need a receiver now.
Yeah, and
Not a receiver,
and
multiple
arguably Golden Tate was top 3 on the market this year. So
I completely agree.
great grab for them, I think. As far in the scope of this free agency period,
All things considered.
yeah, I think it was a good grab.
It's a good deal, I guess.
So the next signing I want to talk about, offensive tackle Darrell Williams re-signs on a 1-year, $7 million deal with the Carolina Panthers.
It's not bad.
He does
He's
the
not
job.
great, but
I don't
yeah.
know. That line is...
The
They're
Panthers
iffy,
in
but,
general have just become, I don't know.
I don't know what they're going to be. If Cam doesn't play next year, that team is trash.
Yeah, who do they got under center? What's his name?
I don't know.
Brian Anderson?
Is it Brian Anderson?
think so.
That's what I had in my head.
They had some rookie last year that played like one game that he didn't do terrible.
I would not be surprised if they took a flyer on a second-round quarterback this year.
Even third round.
Maybe.
What pick do they have? They have a fairly decent pick, right?
It's middle of the
Yeah,
round.
they're middle of the pack.
I think they get Haskins.
Oh, I don't think so.
No,
Absolutely not.
The
They're
Giants
not
ain't getting
pushing.
them.
Absolutely
They're
not.
not pushing that because they don't. Because to get someone like Haskins, you need to take him in the first round.
You need top half.
They're
You need
not
to be in the
first-round
top
pick.
half.
You think they're gonna? That's giving up on Newton.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's 100%.
You're going to waste a first round pick
Newton
on a
has
quarterback?
many years left in the tank if he can get his arm right, which I believe a year off will get his arm right.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't.
are you willing to just tank the season and let Cam Newton just take off and not have a
I
good
think they're
quarterback
talking
under
about
center?
it. I think they're thinking about it.
I
So in
think
that
you-
case, let McCaffrey sit out too. Why risk him getting hurt?
Well, you're paying both of them, so
Yeah.
at least you want to get
And McCaffrey's.
I think eating one contract is a lot easier than eating 2 contracts.
I get it. Yeah,
It's
okay.
one of those, but also you're saying go up for Haskins as if Haskins going to make them a winning team.
No.
But you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like them taking a quarterback doesn't mean that puts them in contention.
You're right.
Like,
Okay, so
you know what
they
I mean?
don't get Haskins, but like Al said, maybe a second round quarterback. Like who?
I don't know, but
or
who
who's
cares?
on
even as just back. Go sign fucking Blake Bortles. Who fucking cares?
That's true.
That would be interesting.
That's true.
I'm not gonna lie, that would be interesting. I didn't think about that.
The team would still suck, but
he's a
Ryan
much
Fitzpatrick
light
is on the
version
market.
of. He's a very similar version of Cam Newton. He's obviously not as good, but he's a strong arm guy who can use his legs. He's not as tall. He's not as accurate. But if you can, it's the same scheme. You don't have to change your scheming.
he can quote unquote get the job done, I guess.
I mean, yeah,
All right, Carolina, do
I mean, we'll
do
see.
what
What's
you're
it
gonna
called?
do.
that would be an interesting sign.
I have some of these
forgot
like more
that they
like
just
the
released
available guys still left, but quarterback wise, really Blake Bortles, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Hey,
magic.
let the journey,
Oh my God.
journey.
Do we need to have another
Fitzmagic.
Maybe we go with Fitzpatrick over Cam Newton.
What the journey?
Let him do his thing.
No,
I don't want to
this is
see
one- this is
the
one where
fine
Cam
Fitzpatrick
Newton-
cycle happen again.
No,
all right,
this-
I've
this-
seen it countless times at countless
All right, no,
places
no,
on my
no.
own team.
No, this is all right. This is Cam Newton. So, if Fitzpatrick came to the Panthers, once Cam Newton's back, it's Cam Newton's team. It's not.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
This ain't James
If-
slinging
if
400 yards a game.
If Ryan Fitzpatrick takes them to fucking 10-6,
Cam Newton might be out of a fucking job.
which is exactly what happened to the fucking Jets.
And then Fitzpatrick's fucking doing it with the Walker, with how old he fucking is now.
Hey,
But he went to Harvard.
But he went to Harvard.
he's
But
a
he went
cheat.
to Harvard.
and he's
Yes,
got
he
a
went to
killer
Harvard.
beard.
He does have
to Harvard.
Alrighty, we'll move on to the next one here. We kind of got a little off track. The next one that was interesting. Roger Saffold, guard for the Rams last year, signed a 4-year, $44 million deal with the Tennessee Titans.
That's interesting.
I really like this move. Saffold may not have too much left in the tank, but I believe 4 years at least. And he's going to provide much-needed protection for a much-maligned Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a lot of M's. That was really hard to get through.
Hey, the Titans aren't. The
they made a
Titans
couple
are
moves.
a decent team, to be honest. That whole
No,
division.
the Titan. That's a tough division.
Especially if Foles can actually step up Jacksonville.
Foles can step up, and if Houston just keeps getting better.
Yeah,
They got
that's
so
a
much
division
better.
where all four. It's
They
not
got
to say.
so much better in like a 2-day period.
It's not to say that all four teams are elite. It's not like a death division type of thing.
No, it's a very.
They're
it's-
just all
even.
even to
Very
each other.
even.
Very even.
They're even
very
to
even.
each other.
It's very closely
Yes.
NFC East.
Yes.
Where I don't think any one of those teams is great, but they're all very similar skill
going
level to each
into
other.
every season with the NFC East as well. It's definitely who the fuck's coming out of this season
Exactly.
to win.
Exactly. And
Eagles
that's-
win the Super Bowl. Who the fuck's coming out of this season?
Yeah,
with
still,
the win?
still.
You know what I mean?
They did not. Yeah, exactly. You never know.
And they,
And I feel like it's the same way with the AFC South, where it's who's going to come out of this? Alrighty. The next one. This is your boy, Tyrell Williams, formerly of the LA Chargers.
yeah.
To the
See, Dylan, now you get to see my depression.
Oakland, soon-to-be Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
For a reported 4-year, $44 million deal.
I think
Wow,
it's a
that's
good
the
deal for
same deal that Roger Saffold got.
Yeah.
I mean, they're building a core out there,
That's
man.
a beautiful move for them.
They are building a real core
Listen,
out there.
Tyrell Williams and Antonio Brown is just going to be...
This
deadly.
puts
And the Raiders
so
cut
much
Nelson.
pressure on Derek Carr, though.
Why?
Because if he doesn't perform, he's out. He's not making it to Vegas.
Watch out, Derek.
I'm telling you.
we did have during the season
Gruden
whole
is
talks
saying-
about Gruden
Yeah.
and a new quarterback.
Gruden is he's my man. We're Derek all the way. But
That was really good.
but
Wait, they have a bunch of first round picks.
if
they
they
got a
don't,
couple
yeah,
second round
if he
picks.
doesn't perform,
You never know.
with the receiving core that duo of Davis and Gruden has built for him, he's gone.
With
I
how
mean,
many
he
picks
had-
they have, just
He
I
had
wouldn't be surprised with a second round pick of a quarterback.
2 years
light
ago-
a fire up under his ass.
I don't think there's enough talent this year.
No.
I think that
Next
if
year.
anything,
I
they
think
trade
if
for
someone,
next year
I
first
think
round
if
picks.
someone decent enough could drops far enough back, they
I
might
would
do
not
it.
be surprised if they make a move for Justin Herbert next year
I could see it.
out of Oregon.
Obviously, it depends how Derek Carr performs, though.
Yes, because
Grant-
they're still pretty young.
You know what it is?
Granted, 2 years ago he
it's
had
scary,
Crabtree
though.
and Cooper, and that's a good receiving core.
and he
It's
had a
not-
great season.
It doesn't
but
make
it's
it
not
any
Antonio
better for
Brown
them.
and Tyrell Williams isn't as good.
So arguably he should be better.
A little bit.
It doesn't make it any easier for them, though, that division is the Chiefs and Chargers, which were the top two in the AFC last year.
Yes. So, I think we could all agree that Carr should do better. Will he? Maybe. Will the team? Probably. Are they going to go anywhere? I don't think so.
We'll see. They're making a lot of moves all over, though.
Yes.
So
the whole team is being revamped.
it's
I like
another
it.
one team to watch.
Yes,
Definitely a team to watch.
for sure.
Alrighty, so now we're getting into arguably the top tier of free agents here. Adrian Amos, formerly of the Chicago Bears.
Is another recent one.
Signed a 4-year, $37 million deal with the Green Bay Packers.
Love this move.
Bolstering that defense. We've got quite a few other moves to that defense coming up soon, but this was a big one.
Amos is a beast.
Amos is a beast.
I know.
Amos and Eddie Jackson in that backfield was almost locked down. It was really good.
Retarded how good it is.
Yeah.
I know, like you said, we're going to get into some of the other moves.
We're going to get into some of the moves soon.
Later on.
But as far as this one.
They needed, honestly, in general, they needed some defense.
The Packers have never been known for the defense.
Oh.
Packers have always been known for having a bad defense.
Whoa.
Yes.
Quite a few years back. Not too many years back. I think
What?
maybe when we were
I
going
remember
to
a
college.
nice Clay Matthews-led defense.
Yes.
Clay Matthews' prime.
Clay Matthews led last year's defense, too.
Yeah,
Well, no,
now
Clay
he's way
Matthews'
past his
prime.
prime.
That's what I'm saying.
Clay Matthews is not his prime. Clay Matthews' prime.
Was unreal.
As much as I can't tell
he
you
was
who else
arguably
was
one of the
on
best
that
outside
team.
I don't
linebackers
remember.
in the league. No, I'm not saying that they've had bad... Okay. You can have good defensive players without having a good defense.
I think their defense at that time was, for the most part, very solid.
I think top 10 in the league at least. Around that time.
Yeah.
In Clay's prime.
When they made their move. When they made a run at the
Yes.
Super Bowl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. It's not like it was never. But you're right. Most recently, it's been shit.
Yeah, and they've been building it slowly with young guys, and this time in this offseason, they cashed in. And they've got some great players. We're going to get to the rest of them later.
Which was well needed.
Amos is a great addition.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
Amos.
So another one that was recently confirmed, long rumored, Nick Foles, formerly Big Dick Nick of the Eagles,
Yeah.
signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars for a reported 4 years, $88 million.
The fuck?
They needed to make this happen. They really needed this.
They did. But,
And they subsequently did release Blake Bortles, so...
yes, correct.
Great guy. Great
What's-
guy. UCF alum, you know.
He still sucks.
Damn, man. I'm
Giants.
trying to do my best here.
I love UCF, but Bortles is a trash can.
See? Oh, Bortles, yeah.
Trash
Yeah.
can.
I had so much hope for the guy. I kept rooting for him year by year.
Me too.
No, me too.
Me too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But fuck Bortles.
We are a
Comes a
Blake
time.
Bortles supporting podcast, but
Fuck Bortles, so this is full steam now.
man.
How do you think Foles is going to do?
Big Dick Nick down in Jacksonville.
I think he's going to do okay.
I think he's good. I think that's
The
the
fact
word.
that you
Yes.
have Di Filippo
Okay.
down there is a big deal to me.
Yes.
I think that he knows how to scheme for him. But the fact that he knows how to scheme for him means that they're going to have to change their way they do their offense.
Yes.
That whole offense needs to... There's really nobody to throw to, and they need to change how they play.
No,
They need
not
to
that
get
there's
some
not
guys.
really anyone. There is nobody to throw to.
There really isn't.
Unless you're throwing the Fournette out of the backfield, there is no one to
And then
throw
he'll
down
slip
there.
on a blade of grass and be out for
See, I was
3
waiting.
games.
I was waiting
There
for.
we
I was
go.
waiting for that.
Hey, TJ Yeldon out of the backfield is just maybe even
I'll take
better.
TJ
TJ
Yeldon.
Yeldon is a free agent, I believe.
Oh, there you. Well,
They're fucking up
well,
big
fuck
time.
the Jacksonville Jaguars then.
Well, so on that note, I think a lot of people kind of thought that maybe they might, sell the farm, or you trade away Ramsey and you trade away Boye, you get some good picks and you rebuild,
I really thought they were going to trade Ramsey.
Or you
but
pick up some fucking free agent receivers, like
which
some
they
of the rest of
should.
these
But there
teams
really
are doing.
isn't much on the market this season.
Well,
could have picked up Golden Tate.
You want to know who's still left on the market, though? Randall Cobb, Demaryius Thomas, Chris Hogan. Golden Tate was just taken off, yeah.
And Jordy Nelson.
Jordy Nelson's now on the
I'm
market
still
as well.
waiting to hear who's on the market.
You're going to tell me none of those
None
names...
of those names are more appealing than D.D. fucking Westbrook.
Okay, yeah, well, Yeah,
All of
every
those names.
single one.
Every
Chris
single
Hogan
one.
is
I
probably
would
the
take
worst
Hogan.
name on there.
No, I would take Hogan over some of those other guys.
I would take Hogan over Westbrook.
I would take Hogan over
Well,
Westbrook.
that's not even a question.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'd take Hogan over Westbrook, but I would take Hogan over Jordy Nelson.
Well, no, I'm not even counting Jordan Nelson.
Who
Jordan
else did you
Nelson's an
mention?
old fuck now. Randall Cobb.
He's also
I would
old.
take Chris Hogan over Randall Cobb.
I don't know if I'd do that.
I would take Chris
Cobb.
Hogan over
I would
Randall
take
Cobb.
Cobb.
And what was the other one?
I think, you know what it is?
You said one more.
Demarius Thomas, who, yeah, I'd take Hogan
I would
over
take
Thomas.
Hogan over Thomas too. I like Hogan.
But
I
in
really
the-
love him. He's got a great utility to him.
Okay. So Jacksonville.
No, I know. He's actually.
What are you
though,
doing?
Hogan's been courted by
Yes.
the New York Giants.
Yes, I saw that.
Which would be very interesting.
Hey,
Throw
Tate, Hogan, Shepard. Like,
Yeah, Tate Hogan Shepard. Not
It's
a bad
not that
1, 2,
bad.
3 there. Not a bad 1, 2, 3.
But it's a Giant, so they're not going to do it.
No.
I would have rather
wow.
have Odell, Tate, Shepard. But you know,
That's not bad either.
Well, I mean, they
not
wouldn't
bad
have
either.
they wouldn't have the money for
Exactly.
Tate
They
if,
definitely would not have the money.
Odell was still
they
But
only
anyway-
freed up $5 million.
So let's move on to a pair of Packers moves here, since they're right next to each other here on my list. Preston Smith,
Yep.
formerly of the Washington Redskins,
Yeah.
signed a 4-year, $52 million deal with the Packers. And Zadarius Smith, formerly of the Ravens, signed a 4-year, $66 million deal with the Packers.
Yep. Smith and
bolstering
Smith are
Talk
gonna be-
about a 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
Both of these guys are quarterback rushers. Like,
Smith and Smith are going to be taking it.
oh my
They're gonna be
God.
ripping
They're gonna be
Go
going
quarterbacks
Sanford
right
and
there.
Son over here. Jesus, man, it's gonna be wicked. That's gonna be a
Those
hell of
two
a defense.
almost at safety. I'm liking it, man. I'm
And if
liking
they
it.
keep
I'm liking
Matthews, they haven't really decided on Matthews yet.
it. Right now, he's technically a free agent.
Yes,
Yes.
and I think that I don't
I'm
know.
liking
I
it
see
right
him
now.
getting a
I'm
1-year
liking
deal.
it.
With who though?
Packers.
Yeah, I see that. I don't know about this market.
They'll give him like $7 million.
I think he'll get more from the Packers than anyone else.
Yeah.
And him with that defense, with those two guys on the
He's not gonna have to do much.
he's not gonna have to do much, and I think it'd be a
It's gonna
great
be
send
solid.
off for him.
It's going to be solid.
And a new head coach. A new head coach, I think having that veteran presence is also a big deal too.
Yeah, you
If only
need
they could
that.
bolster the offense up a little bit. Give Rodgers some people to throw to.
A defense that lost a lot of key pieces, got back a big one. Earl Thomas, formerly of the Legion of Boom, formerly of the Seattle Seahawks, signed a 4-year, $55 million deal with the Baltimore Ravens.
Thomas got his bag.
He got his bag, and he's on a good team. But I'm scared, man, for the Ravens.
The
They
defense
lost
is so
a
apart.
lot of their big-time playmakers. C.J. Mosley, Zadarius Smith, Terrell Suggs. These are all guys who are gone now. You know, and don't get there are a lot of playmakers still on that team. That secondary is still awesome,
Top notch.
and now you've added Thomas to the secondary.
It also
But, like-
definitely helps that their fucking division, the
Sucks.
Steelers went to shit. The Bengals might as well not be an NFL team anymore.
Yeah, but now you got to worry about the Browns.
Yeah, but
I would say that
Two out of
arguably
three.
going into last season, the Ravens might have been considered the best team in the AFC North,
they're not anymore.
and that's the problem.
They're number 2.
Yeah, I think that's not good.
They're
I
going to
think
be
you have
doing-
to do what you can to not have that happen.
They're going
Yeah.
to be doing what they did last year. They're going to be fighting for that number 6 spot.
And they decided not to franchise tag any of these guys.
No, and they should have. But
They should have.
Silly.
We talked about this.
It's very silly.
Alrighty, so we go from one free safety who's known and to another free safety who's very well known. Tyrann Mathieu signs a 3-year, $42 million deal with the Kansas City Chiefs.
What a fucking move.
What a move. What a
See?
move. And the Chiefs subsequently released Eric Berry after
yeah,
this move.
I was going to
See,
say.
that's a little weird to me.
You
I
know
know,
what? You
I
know
know,
what?
right? I was like, ooh, Barry Matthew, and then I heard that, I was like, oh, okay.
No, you know what it
Just
is? It's
Matthew.
like, yeah, Matthew on this defense with all these names. No more Barry, no more Houston, no more Ford.
Yeah.
At this point, who
No,
cares?
this is the thing, man. Everybody was like, the Chiefs overhauled their offense so much they just got rid of the defense.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like,
because they fired their D coordinator.
It's a great move.
They got rid of so many players
Well,
on
they-
defense.
It's a great
They're
move,
also
but it
getting
would have been
Spags.
so much
Huh?
better.
They're getting Steve Spagnuolo as their
yes,
D
yeah,
coordinator.
no, but they still overhauled their defense.
Yeah.
It's a great move, but it would have been so much better if they still had all these
The
fucking
thing,
Pro Bowl players.
I saw this on somewhere. I really
I'm a
wish
Chargers fan, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
I wish I saved it where they were like, okay, Chiefs lose to Pats in OT on an offsides call. First, they trade the guy who was called offsides. Second, they fire the defensive coordinator and call a new defensive coordinator. Third, they release the safety who was injured for most of the season. Fourth, they propose a new rule to the NFL about OT. I would say Andy Reid took it pretty poorly.
He is not happy.
So I love the player. I love the move in the sense of he's a great player, and I think he'll do great there. I just think the moves they made overall were just, what the fuck?
Yeah, I would argue that maybe unless they told him beforehand that, like, yeah, I get to play with Eric Berry, and then it's like, all right, we're releasing Eric Berry.
All right, at least I have Houston and Ford in front of me.
No, those guys are gone too.
You know that smile was faking that picture on Instagram when he signed the contract. He's like, oh, fuck, what did I get myself into?
Jeez.
We're still kind of number one in the AFC West at least.
Yeah, I know, right?
Honestly,
we have a great offense, says the free safety.
That's sad.
Oh,
but
my God.
They're still going to be the fucking best team in the conference just based off their offense.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
In contention for the best.
Oh, absolutely in contention.
All right,
absolutely
but we're saying in contention for the best
Chargers,
team in the
man, the Chargers and the Chiefs, the last couple of years have just been like 1-2, right next to each other.
And somehow the Patriots always just get out.
No, we're not talking about the Patriots right
fucking
now.
annoying.
You know what? The
We're not talking
Patriots
about
were the number
Patriots
3
right
team in the conference,
know.
technically speaking.
And they won.
By the way, there are only two kinds of podcasts. There's pro-Patriots podcasts and there's anti-Patriots podcasts. There's no in between.
We are not a pro-Patriots podcast.
If you haven't figured that out, except for Julian Edelman.
Moving on. Oh, yeah, from the fucking Patriots to this fucking guy, Anthony Barr, was supposed to come to the Jets, confirmed it, and then turned his back the next fucking day. Reportedly, 5 years, $67.5 million, would have gotten more from the Jets, to return to the Vikings.
He's
a great player. I really would have loved him.
It was reported that his agent had told him, "Oh, we're going to sign with the Jets or whatever," and obviously there had to be some communication. He turned around and said, "Fuck that," and then
really?
Yes,
I've heard multiple reports. By the way, correction: $67.5 million. Yeah, I've heard multiple reports. I've either heard that he said that, or like he was sick to his stomach, or like.
I thought it was funny when I read it. What a dick, huh?
He was disgusted.
Go back
what about that trade later? We'll talk about that trade later.
Yeah, talk about that trade.
Yeah,
we'll talk about rip my heart out some more, huh?
Yeah, okay. Why don't you lay off the Jets and
I'm
I'll
gonna
lay off
the
your
Jets.
boys?
I'm going to be a fucking
I'm a
Jet
Chargers
fan.
How about that tie win, though? We're just ripping each other today.
Oh, my God.
Alrighty, enough about that guy. And then we go to another guy that I really wish we signed that we didn't, who went to a surprising destination that nobody predicted. Matt Paradis signed a 3-year, $27 million deal with the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
Great signing for them. They really needed to shore up the line.
Especially with no quarterback.
Yeah.
At least they'll know how the line, performs without.
You know what? That's
Cam
actually a
get
very
fucking
interesting
hurt.
thought
That's why
experiment.
3 years.
That you get to practice as a line for a year before you get your real quarterback behind
Just
you.
make sure the backup doesn't get hurt, so we don't have to use the third string guy.
There you go.
So next
or
year,
you end up like the Titans.
Exactly, and then next year we can, Cam will be comfortable
Or the
behind
Bills.
you guys.
When the
Or
fucking
you have to sign a
Carolina
guy off the
Panthers
street.
take a fucking wild card spot.
Oh man,
With no quarterback.
Let's not even think about that.
Hey, please God, no.
In the fucking NFC that apparently is shit.
Yeah, no one wants to see that.
So quick pause. Congratulations to Duke for beating out Syracuse. The clock is running out here. Zion is still on the court, so that's a good sign for Duke. Maybe they'll make some waves. So we'll move on to the next one. My favorite signing. Le'Veon Bell signs a 4-year, $52.5 million deal with the New York Jets.
I'll go on record and say this is probably one of my favorite signings.
Who's Le'Veon Bell?
And I called it.
Oh, well,
Who's
duh,
Le'Veon Bell?
I think a lot of people call
Okay,
that.
No.
Wait,
Everyone was saying Colts, Bucks. We had talked about it. I had said Colts, Bucks, or Jets, and I said I think the Jets are going to be the guys that get him.
So who's Le'Veon Bell?
He's this guy who played running back a couple of years ago.
Oh,
He was really good.
What was his stats last year?
He had no stats. You know
He
why?
had no stats last
You know why?
A couple years ago. He played a couple of years ago. He came back out of retirement.
No,
It's
but I
lovely
really,
to see money-wise, so, this is what confused me a little bit. 4 years, $52
Oh, yeah.
Turns down from the Steelers, though, 5 years,
got
$70
the better
million.
end of this deal.
Yeah, I don't know. Also,
if you look at
Hey, life's a gamble. All right? Life's a gamble.
Yeah, to sign
Released
with the
at
Jets
midnight
for that
last
long.
night, Le'Veon Bell. It's a great mixed trait. It's not really that good. But, hey, got to support a guy. Yeah.
I listened to it. I wasn't impressed.
I got to give him credit, though, from a marketing perspective. Every sports channel was saying the name of his mixtape.
Yeah.
what was it?
He's a genius.
It's called Life's a Gamble.
Yeah,
He did that on the day before he announced where he was going to sign.
I heard he was going to do that. I just never heard what would.
He had a week before he was like, "Oh,
every single reporter was like, "Have you listened to it yet?" And I'm like, "Oh my god!"
I actually listened to the whole thing.
I didn't give enough fuck that
because a lot of people thought he was going to announce it in the album.
Oh yeah, a lot of
because
people...
he dropped it at midnight, and it's like, "Oh am I going to have to listen to this goddamn album to get where he's going?" And then Shifty broke it.
Apparently,
20
Bell's
minutes later.
I don't know if I think it was his brother or something, posted something on Instagram.
His brother was so stupid. His brother goes and posts, "I'm going to drop a hint for y'all." And he posts a picture of a door and a magnet.
But
and
magnet and door. So everyone thought MD Maryland. He's going to Baltimore.
I thought that too. I was like, fuck.
I couldn't think of anything, but then when they
posted much later that he was just messing around.
I figured he was just messing around.
Funny.
But that's...
Do you guys remember the tweet that surfaced, I think it was last year? Someone tweeted at him about like, "Oh, would you sign with the Jets for $60 million?" And then he had quoted and was like, no amount of money would make me want to go there. And then he
that got
deleted
very recently.
Yes. Got deleted. He actually, in a press call tonight, was like, "Yeah, that was just me talking. You know how it is."
Yeah, he talks a lot of shit.
He does.
But I love Le'Veon.
Hey, man, you're here. Your family.
Gangrene, baby.
Yeah.
Back in green.
Speaking of gangrene,
back in green.
My next one on the list is also for gangrene. C.J. Mosley signs a 5-year, $85 million deal. Absolutely resets the inside linebacker market with the New York Jets.
Get your fucking money, big guy.
I was not expecting this, and I am so happy.
That's awesome.
I think C.J. Mosley is one of the best inside linebackers in the league.
It just would have been so much nicer if Barr was there with him.
It would have been. But you know what? I would take Houston. I'd be okay.
He's still available.
He is.
I'll take Houston.
I'd take Houston.
Again, as a Chargers fan, what the fuck are the Chiefs doing? I'll take Houston.
I'll take Houston on whatever my new team is going to be.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
I have jokes.
Get off that ledge. Come back here. But yeah, not really much to say here. I mean, C.J. Mosley is an elite level linebacker. He got crazy money. Absolutely redefined the market for inside off-ball linebackers. And I hope to see him do great things.
I think you will.
Now the Jets just need to sign people to cover the outside wide receivers.
There you go.
So we actually made a signing recently, but it wasn't too big, so I'm not going to cover it here. Next one on the list, outside tackle, formerly of the Super Bowl champion Patriots, Trent Brown signs a 4-year, $66 million deal with the Oakland Raiders.
Where the fuck are they getting this money from?
They're pulling it out of their ass like the Rams did.
He's taking loans. He must be taking loans.
Let's just put it this way. Good move.
Yeah, it's a good move.
Great move for them.
It's a great move. I think this is great for Carr. You really need, great guy to cover you.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's plenty of experience. So, really, whenever you're dealing with O-line moves, there's really not much to say as if, other than it's a quality guy. Going to do a good job. Next one, former New York Giant strong safety Landon Collins signed a 6-year, $84 million deal. Ridiculous.
Just the beginning of
with the Washington Redskins.
Just the beginning.
The quarterbackless Washington Redskins.
Just the beginning of my heart just being ripped into pieces.
He did not deserve his money. He's 25. He's a great quality player, but this guy is not. He's not a box safety. I mean, this guy's a center fielder at best.
Get your bag, young Paul. I love him. I'm glad he got it. It makes sense that he went with the Redskins because he idolized Sean Taylor. The reason why he wore 21.
Yes,
and I believe the owner gifted him with a signed Sean Taylor jersey upon signing.
That's a very out-of-character move for Dan Snyder.
Which is pretty cool.
Shows you how much you really wanted him.
Collins is one of my favorite defensive players in the league. Rightfully so, being a
Don't worry, you're going to see him twice a year.
I'm not going to say him at all. Giants ain't my team right now.
Oh,
It's a bad breakup.
Yeah. The Redskins need to improve on every aspect of their team. This is just a start, and I don't know.
All right, let's get a non-Giants fan perspective on this, Nick.
He's a solid player. It's a good move for them.
Player.
I think it's more money than to say he deserves.
Yeah,
but
absolutely. I think he got more money than any of the other safeties.
You said
And
6
that's,
years, right?
yeah.
I think there's other great safeties out there that, not even to say better than him, even though I feel like there definitely are, but like,
I mean, he got more money than Earl Thomas. He got more money than Tyrann Mathieu.
I think he was atop the list, like top 3, top 5.
Yeah,
that were available.
that's what it is. He's at that top grouping,
Yeah.
but the way he got paid is as if he is, not
Elite.
even to say the top, like,
The best.
easily the top.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
To be fair, Thomas didn't play all season. He was hurt. Matthew was on a...
Yes, he did. I mean, he didn't play a lot.
Yeah,
but he
he
did play.
was hurt like 3/4 of the season. Matthew was... he was better with the Texans than he was with the Cardinals. The Cardinals, he was on a decline. So he upped it a little bit. And, Collins being Collins and what he's done in his time in the league, I think he deserved to get paid, but maybe not as much as he got. Maybe a little bit less.
They're paying him to pick off Eli Manning 7 times in 2 games.
I mean, how hard is that going to be?
That's what I mean.
Alrighty.
And all love for Eli, but he's got to get protected.
And then I have him here as my
And
number 1
receivers.
free agent on the market. Trey Flowers signs a 5-year, $90 million deal with the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I really thought they were going to franchise tag him.
They didn't franchise tag anybody. No, they didn't
No.
franchise tag anybody. But that's not how the Patriots roll. I mean,
They'll pick up a water boy.
Literally.
it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if they pull another defensive end out of their ass.
They're gonna.
But this is a guy who worried me because it's like, he had a great season. Absolutely. Great couple seasons, actually. You take him out of the Belichick system, is he as good?
That's the question mark with all Patriots players.
Yeah, and this is a huge risk. Like, $90 million is no small amount.
No, I mean, that's not all guaranteed, but still. It's a gamble.
It's a gamble.
Somewhat.
But hey, you know what?
They
Life's
got
a gamble.
they got his somewhat replacement already. We're going to talk about him later.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to talk about him.
Well, on that note, so that was the free agency signings. There have been a lot of small ones other than the ones we've talked about. Maybe we'll get to those as they become more relevant. Or
Shout
maybe
out Thomas Davis to the Chargers.
Yeah, maybe we'll hit him up next week. But I want to jump into the trades here.
Yeah.
We'll start from arguably least significant to most significant.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start with D Ford. Chiefs got a 2020 second round pick. 49ers got D Ford.
I love that move.
What a low price tag.
I love that move.
Wow. Ford's a fucking monster.
He's a beast.
Yeah, I really
And then
expected the Chiefs to get so much
signed
more.
him to like a 5 or 6 year deal.
Yeah, they
right
did. They
after
signed him
that.
to an extension. Yeah,
They
I didn't get
fucking
that
backed
down,
up
but
the Brinks truck for him.
yeah,
That was a lot of money.
he's a great player. He's young. He's in the prime of his career.
Mm-hmm.
He just has to repeat. The thing with D Ford is he had a great season, but before that he was sort of an average player.
Hey, you know what it is with 49ers? Jimmy G got hurt and everything. McKinnon hurt. Burrito was on and off. So that's obviously offensively.
Mm-hmm.
But this team didn't show their potential last year with all these injuries. Let's see this year what could happen.
I think if they're healthy, they could be a top team in their division. One of.
Yeah.
Especially if, the running back trio is healthy and Jimmy G's healthy. They also just signed Jordan Matthews, who's a decent receiver, and they got Marquise Goodwin. The team is looking good.
I forgot the receivers are kind of looking a little shitty.
But they got Kittle.
Well, they're pretty confident in guys like Dante Pettis to make strides this second season.
Yeah, and they just signed a guy like Jordan Matthews, who's good.
Yep.
He's not great. He's
Veteran
good.
player.
And they also signed Quan Alexander. I think was a signing, right? They didn't trade for him.
They signed him. They signed him.
And that's
Spent a lot of money on
That's
him, too.
huge on their defense.
Yeah.
With him and Ford back there, that's impressive. That's a scary duo.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Yes, it is. Alrighty, so we'll jump over to the next one. Sort of a homecoming. Deshaun Jackson is traded from the Bucs to the Eagles. The Bucs get a 2019 sixth-round pick. The Eagles get a 2020 7th round pick and Deshaun Jackson. And then they proceeded to sign him to, I believe, a 3-year extension.
deal.
Yep.
Shortly after. So this is nice.
It's good for the Eagles.
It's good for the Eagles.
Good for Jackson.
I think it's just good for football. I love seeing Deshaun Jackson in an Eagles uniform.
Yeah.
I think he belongs there.
Fan, exactly. But that's so iconic to me.
Yeah.
So
Fuck him, though.
Overall, he's just gonna be. This is a good one to watch.
I like
really
Deshaun Jackson.
I think also he's just gonna he's gonna do good for the team.
I think
Carson Wentz is the one throwing to him.
I think it would have been better if Foles was throwing to him.
Ooh, scornful.
I like Carson Wentz, but yeah.
Well, we have another Eagles trade here. Michael Bennett goes to the Patriots. The Patriots get a 2020 7th round pick and Michael Bennett. The Eagles get a 2020 5th round pick. Again, what a low price tag for a great player.
He was on record saying, I hate the Patriots, or I hated the Patriots.
Oh, did
he? Yeah, and then he said, but I got here, and now I love them. So, I mean...
If that isn't football in the sentence, I don't know what it is.
I mean, good for him, I guess.
This is pretty much the replacement of Trey Flowers.
Well, supposedly Martellus Bennett is talking about coming out of retirement to join his brother.
Yes.
On the Patriots.
And that could also lead to a Gronkowski-Bennett duo or a Gronkowski retirement.
I still think Gronkowski's out.
I just saw something where Martellus it looked like Martellus doesn't really want to, but Brady's also pleading for it on Instagram and all this stuff.
Brady loved Martellus Bennett.
Yeah, he's trying to get him back in.
He was a great player.
You could have a 2 tight end set and have him and Gronk on either side.
The Bennett brothers, the McCourty brothers.
Yeah, I know, right? It's a family ordeal.
The Brady
bunch. Kissing his son.
Yeah, the Brady bunch. Man. All right, so Eagles
on that team. You know?
Eagles bring back a hometown favorite, and they trade away arguably one of their best defensive ends. So interesting. And then they get rid of their MVP backup quarterback. So I don't know what kind of team is going to come out next season.
No one knows.
Going to be interesting.
It's the NFC East.
But that's the NFC East. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Alrighty, the next one made some real headlines. The Steelers get a 2019 third round pick and a 2019 fifth round pick. The Raiders get Antonio Brown. Shortly after getting this deal done, he signed to a 3-year, $50 million extension.
Yeah.
With $30.125 guaranteed. Up from zero, which is what it was before.
Yeah.
Good for fucking Brown.
Yeah.
Good for Brown.
Good for the Raiders.
Good for the Raiders.
Fuck the Steelers.
Man, the Steelers really got juked on this one.
You got cucked.
The Steelers, though, did sign Dante Moncrief, to fit.
Oh, you're right. You're right. So we're good. They're good.
Yeah.
They're good
Juju and Moncrief are just as good as Brown and Juju, right?
It's equivalent to that OBJ.
And my thing is, so as far as the Steelers are concerned, I think Juju is more than capable of stepping up to the number one role.
Yes.
He's still
and
Brown.
I think that James Washington is more than capable of being a good slot guy. They need to find a number two, and this free agency...
Dante Moncrief is their number two.
And Moncrief is a pretty good number two.
And if he plays to his potential, yes.
Yeah.
100%.
It just comes down to Ben, who I like, but I think I'm alone on that on this podcast.
I think the whole team in general is just... they're declining as a team.
It's Big Ben's fault.
I don't know.
I feel like we from the off-field standpoint.
I feel like we're saying that. I feel like we're saying that because of the drama that's occurred, but they still have an excellent line. They keep re-signing that line, and that line stays solid. Their defense isn't terrible, but it's enough to keep them in the game, which is, all they need to do.
Honestly, I don't know this year.
All they got is Hayden.
And I mean, if James Conner comes out and does what he did last season.
Yeah, it's a big if.
We'll see. I have faith in the guy.
I think they're going to be third in the division.
I could see that.
They better not be fourth.
Yeah, I know. But
the Bengals are not an NFL team.
No, but I don't think Juju and Connor could carry that load.
Yeah, I don't.
Like AB, Juju, and Connor could do it, obviously, because they did up until a certain point, but AB's that guy. He separated the offense.
He's definitely the best player on that offense.
So,
and they lost Bell too. So,
well, they didn't have him last year, and Connor filled that role pretty well.
Pretty well, he did. And then finally, I know you've been dreading this moment.
Yeah. I'm gonna cry.
To the Giants, Kevin Zeitler, good old lineman. Jabril Peppers, high ceiling guy.
Yeah, fill him in. He could fill in for Collins.
Two different trades.
Well, they filed it as one.
That's just to make it seem better.
Giants got a 2019 first round pick.
Garbage.
2019 third round pick. Gosh. The Browns got Olivier Vernon and some guy, Odell Beckham Jr.
Oh, isn't...
Did I say that right?
That's their number one quarterback, right?
Yeah, he put up some passing yards last year.
Yeah. That's the Giants'
he's their
number one
backup.
quarterback.
I think he's their backup.
Oh, I thought he was their number one. I think he's better than whoever their number one is.
Oh, yeah.
That guy's a scrub.
Hopefully he can make some moves, Very interesting.
Dylan doesn't look too happy over here.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that Browns team though.
I'm actually tearing up. This sucks. Oh my god.
Yeah, for those of you who are listening who don't know Dylan personally, he was a very big Giants fan and a very big Odell fan.
I'm a huge Odell fan.
All right,
very
so
big.
Just
Odell
was
fan.
a big Giants fan.
Oh my god, man! What a fucking birthday present, huh?
Dylan's
That's right. I forgot that happened on your birthday.
The night before. They're getting ready to go to bed.
It's like,
hey,
5,
Odell got traded to the Browns.
3. Oh.
All right, well, happy fucking birthday, huh?
Yay!
So, okay, to break this down as unbiased as possible.
Go for it.
How would you say his name? Zeitler?
Zeitler.
Trade for Vernon. I liked it. Vernon was okay. He was one of the better guys on the defense. But he was hurt. He was on and off the field a lot.
And the Giants definitely needed to do a lot of work on that
And you needed
line.
the fucking right guard that Eric Flowers just made it terrible.
Decimated, yeah.
He just destroyed it. So Zeitler being the best right guard in the league, I love the move. I was like, okay, cool. Eli's got protection. He's going to be able to throw to Odell and Shepard and Ingram. And, Barkley's going to run for more yards. And then you just fucking rip my heart out and trade Odell Beckham Jr. Dave Gettleman... From the bottom of my heart...
But we didn't
sign him to trade him,
From the bottom of my heart and all true New York Giants fans' hearts, fuck you.
Oh, man.
All right, now from
By the way,
Browns,
Nick, what are you wearing right now?
I am wearing a Giants Odell Beckham jersey.
I will be getting a Cleveland Browns Odell Beckham jersey.
You heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first.
The newest Cleveland Browns fan.
I've been saying it. I have my transfer form ready and everything to fill it out.
Who would have thought 2 years ago that people would be bandwagoning to the Browns?
So, from the Browns standpoint, great reunion for Beckham and Landry.
Yeah, really,
as
though.
well as
LSU 1-2 punch.
Yeah, they're the receiver coach for the Browns.
Yes, also.
What's his name? Adam Henry, I believe.
He
was also the receiver coach for LSU at the time.
Yeah, big LSU reunion there.
So we got,
Everybody that said Odell was like, a piece of shit, blah, 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 he's just going to go to Cleveland and prove that he can play football, and the off-field stuff was just, he was under a microscope because he was in New York. And there's been some stories that came out about him, about his off-the-field, like things that he's done that should have gotten a positive light, but didn't because of, he's Odell, he's an asshole. The guy's going to prove himself in Cleveland.
You also got boring Eli Manning on that team. Now you got Landry, Mayfield. You got a fun team.
There's a lot of cockiness on that team.
You got a fun team here.
I love that team. I hope they're first in their fucking division. I hope they take down the Patriots, and I hope it's Chiefs Browns in the AFC Championship. I want it to happen. I'm going to speak it into existence until the fucking season ends. I want it to happen. I want Odell to win a ring before the Giants do again.
I mean, at this point, it's very, very possible.
Yeah. Not a venom. You see what you've done?
And I also want the Giants to improve so much as to where Odell would be open to returning.
Okay. Alrighty.
I don't see it happening, but I pray to God it does. Because, wow, this fucking hurts. It hurts.
And then the transfer form comes back.
He came in here just really sad when before we even started recording. He's so proud of wearing his Chiefs jersey.
I love Patty Mahomes.
I'm so proud of my Giants jersey.
Patty Mahomes has never hurt me like this.
And I'm just happy to be a fan of the better team in New York right now.
I'm happy to be a fan of the better team out of all three of them.
There you go. There you go. We'll see what happens.
At least we still got Saquon.
And
that poor
is
guy.
all you have.
Poor guy.
That poor guy. He's going to become the next Bell. They're going to run him into the ground.
And then he's going to hold out just like Bell did.
Exactly.
And good. Hey, if anybody says anything bad about that motherfucker, they're retarded. They're just stupid.
You must pay me for each quad.
No, man. Saquon, I feel bad. I feel bad because, like, he's going to do great things, and I just wish the team was built better around him. I really do.
This is part of Gettleman's plan.
We'll see. I mean, look, I have seen teams go to worse than this and come out better on the other side. I've seen it with my own team. You see it with the Browns now. If I were you, I wouldn't give up hope yet. Have a little faith in your team.
I don't have faith in the way they run it.
You have to. You have to, man.
But
there have been multiple GMs.
But don't.
There have been multiple GMs with the Jets that I've thought, like, what are you thinking? But I stick with them.
But there was no reason to get rid of him. None. We're not going to sign him to trade him. Yeah, right.
Alrighty, on that note, we're just going to take a quick preview of some of the upcoming basketball games, maybe give our quick take. Some of the ones that have some championship ticket implications. As for the games we were just watching, Duke won, Seton Hall won, and Iowa won. So they're moving on to the next round in their divisions. As far as Friday we've got Alabama, Kentucky for the SEC quarterfinal. Should be interesting. You guys have any take on that one?
Kentucky's taking it.
Yeah.
I mean, what's...
I think Bama's on the bubble for the tournament.
I think they are, and I think this game's not going to change anything really for it.
We've got Florida State versus Virginia. That should be a really good game.
That's going to be a really good
Virginia
game. I think Virginia's going to kick their ass, but I think it's going to be a good game.
We've got Xavier versus Villanova.
Villanova's taking that easy.
I think that'll be a tough
think that'll
game.
be a fun game.
I think it's
going
to be a good game to watch.
I think Villanova will take it.
Minnesota versus Purdue.
I got Purdue.
That should be a good game, but I got Purdue as well.
I'd like that upset right
Go
now.
Boilermakers. Iowa State versus K-State. That's going to be a good game to me.
K-State. Got K-State.
I like Iowa State, man.
I think K-State's going to take
Go
it.
Cyclones. San Diego State versus Nevada. Semifinal for Mountain West.
San Diego State.
I don't give a fuck.
I think Nevada. Nevada is a team that usually makes waves during the tournament, though.
They do.
So
And
that's
honestly,
definitely one to
Nevada,
keep an
I
eye
think
on.
will take it, but I really don't give a fuck.
Earlier in the day, UConn versus Houston. Should definitely go to Houston.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Houston
Houston looks really good this year.
Houston's a top 25 AP team.
Oh, yeah. You got Pennsylvania, Penn versus Harvard.
Fitzmagic.
Yeah, there you go. That one, Ivy League games are interesting.
Ivy League could go fuck themselves, too.
But, yeah, definitely a lot of games to watch tomorrow, Friday, and then a lot of championships to watch Sunday and Saturday. So keep an eye out for those.
It's going to be fun to watch.
Definitely going to be fun
I'm
to watch.
just ready for us to start the actual tournament.
Yeah.
I know. Selection Sunday, baby.
Yeah.
You're right. It should have started a little
They're starting a little late.
earlier.
That's what I was saying. It's starting so late this year.
It's thrown me off.
It is. Normally it's supposed to be in the middle.
It should have already started.
Alrighty.
Fuck
So
it up, NCAA.
we'll move to everybody's favorite segment. Time for yay or nay.
All right.
Alrighty. I'll start this one off. Do the Giants still have the best running back of the New York City teams?
Yay.
No.
Yay.
I feel like I have to say nay.
Yay. I have to say
You have to say yay. You have to say yay.
But
so that's
He's
why
not a
Nick-
Giants fan anymore.
I'm a Saquon Barkley fan.
He's still a Saquon fan. Still very
I'm a
much a
Saquon
Saquon.
stan. Let's get it straight.
Oh, there you go. Alrighty. That was a pretty easy one. Nick, why don't you go with the next one here?
Do you think the Warriors win another NBA championship this year?
Yay.
Nay. I don't know why, but I think nay. It's just a lot of...
Who do you think takes it then?
I don't know. I really don't. I don't have another option here.
There's
I just
nobody
see,
else.
I just see them being very vulnerable towards the end of the season.
I
here.
see the same, but at the same
They're so stacked.
I know.
at the same time, for the reason why, for the reason of you just saying, like, I don't know who.
Exactly.
That's why I feel like the answer is yay.
Yeah,
No,
it's
that's
the
true.
only-
That's true. I don't have another.
like
I don't have another
The
one.
Rockets are the best chance to beat them in the West. That's not going to happen, though.
Yeah, they have to get through them to get there.
The only chance is going to be when
The Celtics?
when they eventually see the Bucks in the finals.
Ooh,
Hot take.
that'd be interesting. That'd be an interesting series.
Which the Bucks aren't beating them either
No,
anyway.
Giannis
So,
can't cover the whole floor. I mean, he can, but he can't.
All right, Dale, why don't you go?
Are the Browns a playoff contender in the AFC?
Yay.
Yay.
we're saying just playoffs, not even like Super Bowl, just playoffs.
Playoffs.
Hell fucking yes.
Yeah, totally yay.
That was an easy one. I had to toss
No
the softball
doubt.
up there for you guys.
Alrighty. Does Gonzaga still deserve a number 1 seed?
Nay.
Yay.
I gotta say yay.
Yay.
I don't want them to. I'm a Gonzaga guy. I'm a
It's a
Zags
really
guy.
bad loss.
But they've still been absolutely dominant all season. So it's hard for me to say, oh, you lost this one game.
They definitely will lose the number 1, I think.
Overall? Yeah, I
I
agree. But I think they're still a number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Nick.
All right. Will Blake Bortles be a starter in the NFL again?
Nay.
That was almost a spit take. I'm
Nay.
going to say yay. I'm going to say yay.
For them Washington Redskins.
It's not a bad move.
They have Case Keenum.
Exactly.
I want to say nay.
Oh, God,
I'm sorry. No argument is they have Case Keenum going to win.
Oh, that's funny.
fuck. All right, Dill, you're up.
Will the Giants lose every game this season?
Nay. They're
Nay.
going to win one game.
Nay. They're
Yay,
going to win
they're-
a couple.
They're losing every fucking game.
Man, you not only are not a Giants fan, you want the Giants to become the next Browns now.
He does.
Lose every goddamn game. Draft motherfucking Trevor Lawrence and just go from there. Please.
Ooh, that's another hot take.
Please. Don't get Josh Rosen. Don't get
Do we
Dwayne
see
Haskins.
Trevor Lawrence doing
Get
that?
Trevor motherfucking Lawrence.
I
The
don't
guy's
think Trevor
going to be
Lawrence
a
enters the
fucking
draft next
stud.
year. I
And
don't
then
think he
we
enters the
watch
draft next
Trevor
year.
Lawrence just spiral downhill next season.
Yeah, because
That
of
would
the
be
Giants.
interesting. Well, no, because
Because he
he's
doesn't
a
want to go to the
second-year
Giants.
quarterback.
Yeah. Well, he can declare after his junior year, which is this upcoming year.
No, it's not.
Not his 2019 season, college football season will be his sophomore year,
Yeah,
and then next season is his junior year. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After next season, he'll
That's what
be
I'm saying. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So if you tank all games this season, you won't get a chance at him.
Oh no, we're not intentionally tanking. This is just we're just gonna suck. This is not intentional. Next year you intentionally tank.
Alrighty, who was that? That was Dill.
You're
So
up.
this one's me. Will the Giants... Oh, there you go. Sort of leads right in. Will the Giants draft or trade, just in any way attain a quarterback this offseason?
All right, so Dill, this is will they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
gonna,
they will.
they're gonna trade that third round pick they got from the Browns for Rosen. And
I can see that.
They're gonna pass up on Haskins. They're gonna draft Metcalf at 6, and
If they get Rosen, I'm okay with them passing on Haskins.
Yeah. Well, of course.
Rosen fits the scheme better.
It's Rosen.
Well, Haskins also does.
Haskins is
Not a mobile quarterback.
No.
It's
but
very
he's
much
more mobile than
Rosen or
Rosen.
Haskins at this point.
Yeah.
The Giants have to do one or the other. If they do neither, then
You see, I wouldn't have minded if they were going to get Rosen, if they would have kept Odell. Now, what's a quarterback going to do if he has nobody to throw to?
if the Giants
Man,
don't,
you're just
if-
disrespecting Sterling Shepard here.
I love Sterling Shepard, but he's not Odell.
Yeah, but he's still
Just
a
like
quality
Juju
wide
is,
receiver.
just like Juju's
This
not
isn't,
AB.
no.
Oh, no, no.
But the point I'm making is this isn't
the
an
Steelers,
Arizona
though.
situation where there was literally nobody but Fitzgerald to throw to.
Christian Kirk.
Okay, yeah, and he started to build a relationship with him towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
This is much... I would take Sterling Shepard and Golden Tate over Christian Kirk.
I would too, but it's not Odell. It's like I said before.
Yeah,
AB's
but
that guy that separates the offense.
I'm not talking about the Giants winning the Super Bowl. I'm talking about Rosen coming into a quality situation.
Ow. Dylan has an Odell tramp stamp. All right, let's just.
Yeah, no, yeah. Dylan just wants the Giants to torpedo now, and I don't think that team is going to.
I don't think
I
they're going to
still
win
think
more
they have a
than,
lot of quality players.
I don't
on
think
that
they're
team.
going to win more games than they did this.
I
past
think
season.
if they
How many
don't
did they win
sign
this past
Rosen,
season?
4.
I think they'll win more than that.
I don't.
I'll
think,
take the over on that.
I'll
think
take
so.
the under on that one.
I would take the over on that.
I think they win just the same or less.
Actually, you know what? The only reason that I'd say that's not a terrible amount is because the whole NFC East is just mediocre.
Let's put it on the board here. Let's put it on the record here. So you're saying push.
Are we saying over
under on 4.
4 or less.
You got to take over under or
saying
push.
Push because he's saying push.
You're saying push.
Yeah. I'm going under.
I'm taking over.
There
I'll
we
take
go.
the over.
Okay.
All right.
It's on record.
It's on record. Yep.
No, up to me. Okay. Do you think hockey needs to get rid of all the fighting?
Hell no.
Nay.
All right.
To make hockey hockey.
Yeah, I was going to say, what else am I watching it for?
Good to hear. Okay.
I saw you put this question up, and I was like...
that's an easy one.
This has
I know my answer already.
Been a debate over some because it's...
Say it's for
not...
hockey people, people who watch hockey a lot, I can see why this would be an argument. Yeah. But for us, no.
Fuck that. I want to see
one of the
somebody
best
knock
parts,
some teeth
man.
out.
I watch fighting compilations.
They're fun to watch.
Alrighty, Dill.
With all the moves they've made so far, is Oakland looking at a quick turnaround?
What are we considering quick turnaround?
Going from worst to middle of the road or making a push?
What are we considering looking at? Like expecting or going to have?
Like, do you think Oakland will...
Do I think they will have a quick turnaround? No. I don't have faith in Carr. I don't. I'm going to tell you right now I don't.
Eesh, that's harsh.
I'm going to say, yeah, I do have faith in Carr. And I do
no,
have
that's
faith
fine.
in
And that's what it's going to come down to.
I think so, too. I think Carr's good
I don't
enough.
think they're making the playoffs.
No, but I don't think they're going to be
I think they're going to be a
3-win team.
Yeah, definitely.
I tell you, I would love to see that receiving core with Justin Herbert or Dwayne Haskins behind it.
Give that receiving core to fucking Aaron Rodgers and he wins a Super Bowl.
Okay, we're not playing Madden.
I'm just
okay?
saying. I'm just saying.
There were limits.
The Packers could have traded for AB.
Except for the Browns. Browns don't have limits.
No.
You know what? Tom Brady just needs guys like Chris Hogan.
Oh, we're not going to talk about Tom Brady.
Edelman.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. And the fucking... The guy that cleans out their lockers, the clubby.
Alrighty, before we go, it's time for our performers of the week and our headlines of the week. So, Dill, who's your performer of the week?
The Cleveland motherfucking Browns.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
My new team. It's hard to not...
currently being written up.
It's hard not to be the performer of the week.
I love how you made a whole organization your performer of the week.
I should have said just John Dorsey.
Yeah, you should have, honestly.
It's self-explanatory. We went over it already. They're set. And the Orlando Apollos.
Oh.
We haven't really touched on the AAF.
Yeah, it's been really busy otherwise.
So I wanted to throw this in there.
Yeah.
Nick and I, that's our team. They are still undefeated.
Oh, wow.
So,
props.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
Respect. Steve Spurrier there.
They're beasts.
Alrighty, Nick, who's your performer of the week?
All right, we're going to start off with Boheim. Not the coach, but the son, Buddy Boheim, freshman for the Syracuse Orange. With Tyus Battle out last game, I don't know how he did this game versus Duke, but Tyus Battle's back. But last game, it was his third start ever. He put up his most points ever in a game for his career, putting up 20 points. Big career game for him so far, and great to see from to say coach's son. You know, good game.
Cool.
All right, next. So, okay. Tom Brady 6 rings, Michael Jordan 6 rings.
Okay.
Now coming up right behind them with 5 engagement rings, J-Lo.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ! That's what this was going to.
Good for J-Lo and A-Rod. That's all that was. But, you know, yeah. Good for them.
He wore his World Series
ring. And, there you go.
All right.
And last of all, Fanatics. If you're into sports memorabilia, this is for you. And this is the real Julian Edelman plug that I planned this whole time. He made a deal with Fanatics and is signing a bunch of Super Bowl memorabilia to sell, and some are up for pre-sale on the site and shit. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. Julian Edelman.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Plugged him at least 5
times. All right,
times.
I'm gonna get my headline in real quick here. In Cleveland the other day, there was a police incident where a female called the police due to a man yelling and screaming in the streets, and she was unaware of what was going on. The cop showed up, rolled up on him, and he said, "We got Odell!" To which they enjoyed, and they celebrated with him. And they just reported to the female that there was no issue, no crazy man afoot.
I saw that. That was fucking amazing.
It was simply a fan rejoicing over a game-changing trade. And on that note...
Just kicking me while I'm down, huh?
I'm Alejandro.
Dylan.
Nick.
And this was Sportsaholics Unanimous.